Happy Tuesday, everyone. What's going on? Taco Tuesday. We are in the building. A busy show tonight with some great people coming on. I know you all are waiting to hear from Net. She's ready to come on, but somebody's on time tonight, y'all. I'm so excited about this. Wow, it's so great to have you on time.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. You in front of that light, that window.
You can't see me.
You look very like a filtered picture. You know
Uh,
how the pictures be glossy?
we should be used to filtered pictures, but
Oh, from who?
no, I'm not gonna say names. I'm just
Baby, when I sent you that the other day, I said, now you know what? This has got to stop. Who is that Asian lady?
enough is enough.
Enough is enough. How was your weekend?
It was good. Went to Dallas, Texas for Impulse Dallas event with Loud Samos and Giselle Barbie Royale for the Turnabout show. I judged that. It was cool. But this week it has been a busy work week for me already. So I'm kind of drained from that. But
Um,
productive. So
yeah, Giselle's turnabout, like it was packed. Like it was more people at the turnabout than it was at Miss Texas at large last year.
Miss Texas at large or USA at large?
I'm sorry, USA at large. The one I was in.
It
We attended
was.
together.
It was more.
Yeah. I didn't do anything this weekend. I had to go finalize some things for um the competition, and then I spent the weekend with my nephew. Oh,
I know you look forward to that because we've talked about how you
I
try and
do.
take
He is.
advantage of the time.
Yes, he's 2 months, almost 3 months. He's just a little butterball. He had a doctor's appointment Monday, and he's 13 pounds.
Wow.
Honey, he has a chiropractor. I didn't know they did all this stuff because something about how they
Mhm.
do with the stomach and how the formula and stuff flows through you and how the babies learn how to push and things. I thought it
Oh.
was so crazy. Like,
Oh, this
yeah,
some new age stuff.
she was like, yeah, we got to take him to the chiropractor. Girl, what?
Oh
And
wow.
so, her husband, my sister's husband, he's just like he's one of those dads that anytime he leaves the house to go to work, because he's a contractor, so he goes
Mm.
off for like hours at a time. Oh, come take a picture of my baby. Come take a picture. So I had him when he was getting ready to leave Saturday morning. He was like, "Hey, let me get that. Let me get that."
That's
So
good.
yeah,
I love that you're
he
spending
is
so
a
much time with him while he's a baby
yes.
because this is
And
when
my
he's
parents
getting used
are
to
well, my parents finally got their son. so, so they are taking full advantage of that. Any announcements on your end before we bring on our special guest?
No, just if you're in Houston, Texas, August 20th through the 22nd, we will be hosting Miss Gay Texas US of A 40th anniversary, honoring some of America's
Older than some of
finest.
us.
Huh?
Older than some of us. Been around longer than some of us.
Yeah. My granny, Tommy Ross, is actually celebrating her 37th year since she won. So it'll be her 40th year winning in 3 years. So it's like, whoa.
Wow. So
Yeah.
she's one of the few that actually won Miss Texas and then went on to win Miss
She
USA,
was the
right?
first. She was the first to win both at the same year. So there's been many that won after,
Mm.
but it's only been 8 now. Jade was the 8th Miss Texas to win Miss Gay US of A as Miss Texas. But
Okay.
there's been 14 or 15 total.
Okay.
And
So
and and we have Texas has 5 first runner-ups that won Gay US of A as first runner-up to Miss Texas.
okay, gotcha. Okay, so if you're there, I don't know. Did you get my ticket yet?
Yeah, Trinity Black will be in the city. She's gonna be doing some interviews on the red carpet and finding
Yeah.
out what some of the
I
girlies are
love coming to
wearing.
Houston. I love coming to Houston. I don't have any announcements on my end. I don't think was there any competition this weekend besides the Closet Ball?
Well, no, but
The
I mean,
tournament?
there's a big announcement coming up this weekend. But I guess we can
Yeah,
talk
so
about
there
that.
is a pageant this weekend. Not there is a pageant. The People's National Competition is this weekend. So many of you remember the People's was attached to NBU as a prelim. I think it was 2 years ago, and they have branched off and became a national competition. So that pageant honoring Gia Tejur, Cairo Hall Braxton, as well as Otavia Delacroix, I call her Delacroix Senior, will be held this weekend in Concord, North Carolina. And so what we wanted to do is because we
Charlotte, if
understand
y'all crazy like me, just look for Charlotte. If you're trying to get a flight or
Charlotte and
something,
just drop it.
Charlotte.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we have one of the owners on so he can actually speak on that. So what I wanted to do is a lot of times, everyone knows NBA is March, universities end up of October, USA is May. So I wanted them to be able to come on and actually give clarity, answer any questions for a few minutes.
The inaugural.
The inaugural before we bring on Antwanette so that everyone can have clarity because unfortunately people don't always be on social media. Algorithms are a fool, so you may not always see things. And we want this to be a great contest, not just because the contestants list is really good, but because we just want to be able to support people. It's 6:45.
Absolutely.
He's been waiting. We love people that are prompt. He's been waiting a full hour. And so we want to go ahead and bring on Derlin, owner of The People's High.
The people. Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. Yes.
No problem. How are you doing today?
I'm well, and you? Good.
Good. So we wanted to extend the invitation to you, your system, your court, your partners, so that you could come on for a few minutes and talk about the competition this weekend. This being the first year on the national level, just anything that you could kind of clear up, clarify, notify, inform the audience, potential contestants, or anyone that may be traveling in about August the 3rd. The floor is yours.
Yes. So as you guys know, the People's is this weekend. We are in Concord. It's literally 20 minutes out of Charlotte. A lot of people are flying into Charlotte and then from the airport, downtown, uptown. It's about 25 minute drive into Concord. It's in the country. So last year we had the prelim in Columbia. It was in the country as well. Residential neighborhood. So a lot of people thought that it was in the wrong area. You're not in the wrong area. It's in a residential neighborhood. It's pretty much our aesthetic, how we live our life. Dr. Kareem and myself, we live in a suburban area. The venue, it's a beautiful venue. Brandy, she's the manager, coordinator of the event. She's been very helpful, helping us promote the event, and we're trying to build a relationship. As you guys know, it's very hard to find a venue and find people who are okay with what we're trying to, put on. And so she's been very lovely with just helping us with everything. The entry fee is $50 to get in. We have limited tables that sit in the front. They sit 10. They're going for 200. And then we have high tops that sit the left of the stage, literally by the host, and you have access to like the back, the restrooms, and all that stuff. What else? What's going on? What else you say? Oh, also the host hotel. So we advertised for like a few months about the discount that we had going on. Obviously, they have an expiration date, and that expired the beginning of July, but they're still allowing us to book there. The link is on our website, www.thepeoplenationals.com. Also, there are hotels between the airport and Concord that, whatever your price budget is, there are hotels. But there are a lot of events going on. That's one of the big issues we had preparing for the system. The venue, this weekend is booked for a lot of conventions going on. It's kind of like the new Atlanta of like conventions. So it's a lot going on. So the rates may vary. I'm staying at the host hotel. It's by the airport. So it's about 25, 30-minute drive, but the traffic is not as crazy. So you can, maneuver around, And what else? Yes. So the event is going to be lovely. We've been preparing for a very long time. It's very quiet luxury. I'm big on that word. It's kind of like an understated elegance that our system is all about. Cairo, Gia, Otavia, they have embodied what we are trying to establish in this community. For me, it's less is more. We love the glamorous, but you don't have to just be I feel like people try to make a statement all the time, and I feel like you being who you are is the most important thing about us. That's what we see, because when you're being true to yourself, it comes off more truthful than trying to put a facade on that is really not who you are. So sometimes when you try to do something else that really not who you are, people don't receive it, and we just want you to be who you are, point blank. Our new court that we're looking to establish, new memories, establishing new relationships, new moments, and also to continue to establish our brand that we're trying to, put in, concrete in our community.
Okay, so it's 50 to get in. It starts at 6 p.m., correct?
Yes.
So for the contestants, what time is registration and interview, just in case one is watching?
Yeah, so registration is at 9:00, and we're going to do interview right after. So registration should be between 9 and 10, and then we'll have an intermission for like 30 minutes. So you can change or just freshen up. You can come to. We've been going back and forth, but I would have the last word on this. If you want to come dress, for interview and registration, that's fine. If you want to come and registration look and have an interview look, that's fine. The dressing room area will be prepared for you guys in the back to go freshen up, do your makeup, do what you want to do, and we'll start the interview at 10:30.
Okay. So I did have some inbox questions from, I guess, potentials.
Yes, ma'am.
One of them is, hold on, I'm sorry. Will there be a screen on stage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
I will.
Hopefully they're listening. They heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. And I had another one that says, who are the judges?
Yes, so I was going to give you that, so we can go in and do that. So our head judge is Angelica Sanchez. That's been out there. She was our head judge for the prelim, and I go way back. I remember when I was 15 years old, so I trust her. And then we have Sassy Divine, we have Roman Black, we have Mario Rio Henderson. He's a ball guy, but you see him on the scene in the pageants. He's goes to all the pageants. Miss Avion Davenport. We have Zane, and last Paris LaFerris. She's based in Colombia. She's been so loyal and consistent with us, so she's going to be one of our official judges. That's
an amazing judging panel.
Yeah, and there is group interview, correct?
Yes, it's group interview. The group interview is going to be in 3.
Okay.
I have a question for a patron. Would you suggest Uber from the hotel or a rental car?
It depends what type of night you're trying to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be drinking and stuff. I don't, I'm all about being comfortable in the city that you're familiar with. And when I'm not familiar with the city, I'm going to Uber, so, just be on the safe side, because I don't know how they move, especially Sunday, and we're in Concord. Concord is a very suburban area. It's very uppity. So I don't know what they give. So on the safe side, I would just Uber, Yeah.
Okay. So we got the entry fee. We got the the entry fee is how much for a contestant? Entry fee. For contestant?
Yes. Oh, don't ask me that. I think it's $350.
$350. Okay. Yes. And if any questions that we may not get to, y'all can always go to the Instagram website as well as Facebook.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't have
it's between $300 and $350, but I think it's $350. Yes.
Okay. Okay. You have from your flyer a great lineup of MCs, Amari and Tanisha. Of course, you just announced your judges, and then of course the entertainment. I see you have buffet, Miss Black America Plus. So y'all are really, really doing. We look forward to supporting you this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be lovely. It's gonna be real lovely. Yeah. Okay. Doria she hosted the pageant last year, and she's been very consistent. I'm big on consistency, what I'm saying? So when you show me who you are, I'm going to treat you that way. And Doria has been very genuine and very consistent. So she's represented Black America for, and we love her. Yeah, most definitely. Okay. Yeah. We're new with her. We don't really, get with her. Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. You can't come in here. We don't put you on the spot. What are you looking forward to for the new court? This is your first court on the national level. So what are you looking forward to? What are you expecting from them?
You know, I want them. I will hopefully, for one, they have studied us, what has been given, and know what they're dealing with. You know, Kareem and I, Dr. Kareem and I, we are very laid back individuals. We don't ask for much. We just want you guys to do your job, and with that, we want to continue to establish our brand. You know, and we just want. I think we just want to continue. The journey that Otavia, Cairo, and Gia has started. I think they have done a wonderful job of creating the blueprint of peoples, and we're forever grateful for them. So, you know, we're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for consistency. I think that's for me. It's big on consistent. Like, don't get on stage. Don't compete in the pageant. Give me all of this, and then the rain is not compared to what you just showed me on stage, because that's my expectation, you know. And so I think that's where it'd be a very an issue if it's not being consistent. I'm all about what you present. I want you to do the whole year. You know, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
We had someone pop in. D West says he will be there. Is he going to be live streaming? Is that option available for those at home?
Yes. We're doing live. We're not being strict about, you recording. You can do as please. You know, we're a new system, so we want everything to be out there to get the publicity. The only thing we're strict about is registration. It's going to be closed, and we don't want no video, no camera. We will release everything. You know what I'm saying? But we want to give you guys time, just to get in the groove of everything. And then when, after rehearsal, which rehearsal will be literally after interview. So it'll be 12 o'clock. It'll be 12 to 1, where you guys can, go over your music, fill the stage out, get comfortable with. And also I'm going to add in a presentation because it's a specific way that I want you guys to come out to the presentation and all that stuff. So, yeah.
Okay. And are the contestants able to stay there until the competition if they need be?
Yes. That's totally fine. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, anything else you want to tell us before
I want to say thank you, and I want to say just everyone, thank you for the love and support. This has been a long time coming, and it came about in a very unique way. But it's what it is, and we're looking forward to hosting everyone. Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's anything we can do between now and Sunday on our platform, please reach out. Let us know. We'll share, post, or whatever you need us to do.
I really appreciate it.
And we'll go.
Thank you for. I'm glad that we're spreading these nationals around. So it gives people different places to go, different places to compete, and different places to just enjoy. So that's great that it's going to the Carolinas. I love that.
Yeah, that was a big discussion about the location of it, and we didn't want it to be another Atlanta pageant. Even though I have a home here, we wanted to be something unique and something just fresh and a place that no one has never been before. So I really appreciate you guys having us on, and Trinity, we're looking forward to seeing you on stage, and we're looking forward to all that.
Okay, well, thank you. We will see you all at A Star Is Born this weekend, honoring Gia, Cairo, and Otavia. A star will be born, rebirthed.
All right.
Thank you, darling.
All right,
see you Sunday.
All right.
Well, okay. So there you have it.
You were exposed.
I don't mind. Listen, sometimes you have to be exposed because that means continue to send the sponsorship.
That was so funny.
We gotta pay gas. So but are you still coming? Because you know how you do.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. But you know what? He just made me even more excited because I have a curiosity. So I'm always, and I love Charlotte. I don't think I've ever been to Concord.
You're staying in Charlotte, or you're staying in Concord?
No, I'm staying in Charlotte. I'm staying at the host hotel.
Oh, okay.
So Terrence sent me the information. I went on and did it there.
Okay. All right. Well, I look forward to this weekend and all of the contestants that are doing the pageant. Gia has done a great job. That's my sister, been my sister for 20 plus years. Otavia, as well as Cairo. I love Cairo. So good luck to the people.
Yeah. And they've been very regal. So I love that. I love that they kind of, it seemed like the court inspired them to do it now. And I think that that's beautiful when your court inspires you. So that's
You know, they say
amazing.
they love. He said he loved luxury, so
I love that.
so we
So
love. Yeah, we definitely do that.
kudos to
All
all of
right,
them.
so we're gonna move forward. Thank you again to the people.
Shifting.
So we're gonna shift some things to our girl. So of course, you know, we've been doing this for almost 2 years now,
Sure.
and it's interesting that our guest tonight has been very, very highly anticipated. I don't know this to be sure, but if I'm not mistaken, Antoinette may be one of, if not the one of the most decorated boy queens in the community when it comes to titles and nationals. Don't quote me, don't click back that and run with it. But I do think she is.
I think she
And
may be one
so
of them.
I was grateful for her to immediately accept the invitation because you know, me and Antoinette, we some we both got some heads and some mouths, and we've always gotten along. But you know, sometimes you just don't know. And so, I'm you know, for her to have embarked upon this new career that she has and given us this
Yeah.
hour of her time or so, because we know Antoinette is a chatter too. But I look forward to hearing her story. So, without further ado, our guest is ready. Give it up for Antoinette Chanel Roberts.
Hey,
How
What's
are
up?
you?
all is well. How are you all?
Are
How are
you
y'all?
Good.
parked and ready to talk?
I am actually home. I'm in my
Oh,
drag room. I had home time, which is as a over the road trucker, you get times when you get to go home. This was unplanned. My route took me to Kissimmee, and my driver manager, it's called a DM, said, "Hey, I need you to take a couple days home time because I can't get you out until Thursday." So I leave tomorrow night to go pick up my load Thursday. I love that word load. And then I'll be headed out. So yeah, I'm
okay.
home. My mom's cooking now, and I'm gonna get a real home cooked meal tonight. And yeah, and do the interview and have a good time with y'all. That's it.
Thank you so much. So we'll definitely get to your careers higher in the program. But I want to say first of all, thank you for giving us this time. When we
Thank you for
started
having me.
this and we created the Legends and Icons, um, we both had lists of. We only thought we were going to do it during our Renaissance reign, so we both had lists about 2020. You were definitely on our list, both of our lists actually. And then once things started happening, people started saying Antoinette, Antoinette, Antoinette. So we had to get you on. So thank you for coming on. We want to hear your story, all of it, the good, the
Thank you
bad, the
both.
indifferent. And so, Ken, you have anything before we get started?
No, I just jump in. We know you're a Chattanooga, so we want to chat.
I answer what's asked.
Okay. So my first question, I'm gonna just hit you with a big one. When you hear legendary, do you accept that title?
For me, no, I think I've had some legendary moments.
Mhm.
Um, Sweetheart definitely being one of them. Like that presentation will be my moment. So I guess, Dina used to say this to me. I still says it. Well, girl, all you need is a moment. So I guess, yeah, but I don't look at myself as legendary or iconic. I just look at me as a person that likes to get it done. And whatever that takes, if legendary falls under getting it done, I'll take it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's fine. Um, Take us back. Tell us about your upbringing and where you're from and things that you did as a child, adolescent, and teen before you even started doing the art of female impersonation.
Oh, we'll just cut out a lot. So I I'm I'm what we call a church queen, church sissy. Everybody knows that I was born and raised in the church. My grandmother um, was deaconess, and all this good stuff. So I was raised in the church, and being not having a father figure around because my mom was a single parent for a long time um, until she got married. I didn't really have a father, so my feminine ways, even though I stayed true to being a boy, came out easily because of being in the church. And that's what I tell people. It's so easy to get caught up because you're around women all the
Mhm,
time, and emulate what you see them do. So I
mhm.
got infatuated with my grandmother. She was just so regal and always done in hats and heels and shoes. That's why I love sportswear. I think that's just a fabulous category because I felt like women did all those things. And that's what made me interested in drag and being being more feminine, so to speak. Not just necessarily drag, but definitely being more feminine.
How were they accepting of that though? Your grandmother and your mother.
My grandmother, she never really came to grips with it before she passed. My mother, and my aunts, because they are all who raised me. My aunts, I have three of those, and my mom, and then I have my grandmother, and they all came around, and they love me for who I am. My grandmother never really, she left this earth before we really got to sit down and kind of like dive into it. And I'm not one of those. I don't believe that I have to change people that are of a certain age or set in their ways. I just let them be, because I'm gonna still do me anyway. So trying to get them to accept Rashad or Antoinette being gay, all that, the pronouns, baby, do you? Because I'm gonna continue to do me, and I'm gonna still love you just the same.
Okay. How did that affect your sexuality, affect you being a church kid? Were you often combative with that? How did that work?
Okay, so it happened in church too. So it wasn't like now they have a thing like SAS, sex after service. I don't know if you are into, and I'm not going to call out the denomination that is real prominent in, but it's a big thing in the. I mean, we're gay. We gay people go to conventions and we go to convocations, and then we sex after service. That's a whole nother topic, Trinity. We'll have to do that on another day. But for me, it didn't really make me
I ain't never
feel,
heard of that.
oh yeah, sass, baby. A little sass never hurt nobody. So it never made me feel wrong. I just kind of, because everybody in my family was straight. I was the first gay one in my family to come out. Um, I'm one of the older ones too, but now I mean I got 6, 7 other cousins that all have came out since. It was challenging, but it never stopped me from being who I was. I'm just gonna be candid with, because from the age of 15, I was already like introduced to, this lifestyle, being around, watching Basha and Tamisha and all these people, Alexis, and I was like, oh, okay, there's a space for me, and then when I met Angelica, it really, Antoinette blossomed, it took off.
Mhm. When you look back now in your upbringing, maybe were you involved in arts? Anything that may have put you in the place of like how you're so entertaining or you're so creative? Was any of that a part of
Yeah,
it?
I loved home ec.
Mhm.
In high school, I love to cook. All my family cooks. Like it's a cooking family, and they cook good. Like we have really good food. So that played towards and I know I don't want to be cliche, but it played toward the feminine side, because a lot of my cousins wasn't cooking, but I wanted to cook, I wanted to clean, I wanted to decorate, I wanted to help women pick out clothes. I wanted to do those type of things. And I was in the band, so being in the band makes it a lot easier for you to, enjoy the softer side of Sears, so to speak. Like I wasn't playing football.
Mhm.
That wasn't for me.
Mhm.
Now I go clean the locker room while they in there, but I'm not going. I'm not going to play no football. And I always enjoyed like men too, like, but in a sexual way. Like I've always been like into like, oh my god, he's so fine. At the age of 5 or 6, I can remember me liking boys. Like so, I've never, like, full disclosure, I've never been with a woman. So I've never even wanted. I've never had that desire. That thought never just came in my head at all. I've
Okay.
always liked boys.
Tell us about the time you first saw your first drag show. Who was it, and how did you feel looking at that?
So again, going back to 15, I have a godbrother named Charles, and he took me out to a club here in Tampa. It was called Level 2 or 3. It was both. I think it was Level 2 first, then it became Level 3. Well, the House of Iman was in town, and I didn't know what that was. I just know I was 15. They had them snuck me in the club, and I was in the balcony looking, because they had a balcony club where people threw down the tips. Well, this group of drag queens came out, and I'm 15. I'm intrigued, but I'm kind of like, ugh, drag queens. And they came out with these umbrellas, and they had on black and white dresses, and it was the House of Iman. Tamisha was in the middle. Rella, um, Trasia, Tanisha, and Marlon were the four backups, and they did Brownstone, If You Love Me. And they had the umbrellas, and they was turning them, and I stole that production. I do it and some of the shows we do. But they say, I don't want to rain on this parade. And they pulled those umbrellas up, and Tamisha was cute. But then some of the other ones pulled umbrellas up, and I was like, now remember, this is 95. So this is the long 95 or 96, one of them. It was a long time ago. Might even been 94. And so that was my first time seeing drag, and I was so mesmerized. And Tamisha, I later met after the show because I was in the parking lot, talking my crap. I was like, oh, them drag queens and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, little boy, shut up. You gonna be a drag queen. I was like, and I would never even talk to one of them. And she was like, you wouldn't talk to a drag queen? I was like, no. And Willie was fine. Back in the day, Willie ain't bad looking now, but Willie was like T. And I was like, but this a cute older guy. Like, and I was flirting, and she was like, little boy, I'm the drag queen. I'm Tamisha. And I was like, I was like, okay. Tamisha Mom became my like one. That became my like, top of the line person. That was
Mhm.
my first experience. I was 15 in the club watching them perform.
Okay. So tell us about your first time in drag.
So it involves Angelica and Stasha. 1996. I was 17. I hadn't quite turned 18 yet, and there was another club here in Tampa called Tropics. Well, Piggy was me and your Black America brother Frank Fabian Bonet. She was our wife. I was still a boy, but I was a girl. But Frank wanted us to have a wife, and Piggy was it.
Mhm.
Piggy was the wife, so she convinced me to get in makeup. So we got in makeup one night in the bathroom at our apartment, me and Frank's. Frank had the apartment. He was older than me. He was 19. I was 17. And we had an apartment, and Piggy painted me. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, oh, you pretty, you pretty. So 3 nights later, there was a talent show. And Piggy was like, you gonna do the talent show? And I was like, uh-huh. But I love Deborah Cox. Everybody knows I love Mariah Carey and Deborah Cox. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. But what I'm aware, and Piggy was like, don't worry, I got you. So she went to Orlando. Stasha was living in Orlando. She was roommates with Marcus and I think Alphonse. And Stasha had this purple, or I was small, like I was little. I'm only 17. I wasn't the thick self I am now, but she had this purple organza coat and this rainbow sequence dress. And Piggy put me in her bob. It was a brown bob with a swoop. And back in the day, we wore the swoops, baby, with the swoop
Yes.
bobs with the little curl right here that cupped
The one
up,
that's starting to bring it back now.
bitch,
Right.
and was cooking. And then I didn't have no shoes, so Frank paid for me some shoes from Payless. So them little fake velvet ones we used to have. They wasn't really velvet. They was like, but you could slide them on with the little elastic.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I had, and I went out there with no pads on, and I did with a little bit of baby beard and a baby mustache. I ain't shaved, and won the talent show. And all it takes is for somebody to tell you you pretty, and for you to make a bunch of money. Baby, I made like $200 in tips, and that was a lot of money back
Yeah.
then for me. I never made that kind of money, so I was working at Winn Dixie. I was like, baby, that was it, and that's how it all started for me, courtesy of Angelica Sanchez, Stasha, and Frank.
So were you automatically Antoinette Chanel Roberts, or how did that come about?
Girl, no. Y'all don't read me, everybody in these comments, or y'all, the two hosts. My first name, okay, so Antoinette, my middle name is Antoine. It's
Okay.
Rashad Antoine Williams. That's my name. So that's where Antoinette come from. And growing up, boys used to kind of tease me, Antoinette, Antoinette, Antoinette. So I just kind of embraced it, like, okay, I'm gonna be Antoinette. Well, the very first pageant I saw, the first show was Tamisha, but I was dating this older guy, and he had a show, a pageant called Miss Duval, and the Miss Duval pageant was going on, and I saw Alexis Sherrington, and she was different. Then she was a little standoffish, but she was over the top, and I was like, I like her too. So my first drag name was Antoinette Alexis Duval. That was my first name.
How long did you keep that name?
I kept that name for my first house pageant, and I got rid of it because I met Anastasia, and she was like, you reg? So we used to say this word called you reg back in the day, like, you reg? I was like, yeah, that's my name. Girl, no, they can't be your name. And so she was like, well, I want you to be my daughter, but nobody cares my last name. Well, I was always a rebel. I mean, I've had a torted past my whole life.
Mhm.
I was like, oh no, I'm gonna be your last name. So I took Antoinette, Chanel Roberts. And for years, people thought it was just Antoinette Roberts. But Anastasia was in the house of Chanel.
Mhm.
So that's how it's hyphenated. So Anastasia Chanel Roberts, and then I'm Antoinette Chanel Roberts.
So let me ask you this: with you first meeting Tamisha and you loving her drag, or and so enthralled by it, and then also Sasha and Angelica putting you in drag, how did it come about that someone else became your mother and not one of those three?
Cause I was a little bush bunny. I was the little cute little boy that nobody really took serious. Like I was enthralled with drag, but nobody wanted me to be a drag queen.
Okay.
You know, Anastasia was wanted me to be her child, but she didn't really even want it. The first person that really like was like encouraging me. I mean, Piggy put me in drag, but she wasn't. I was her husband, her wife. You ain't no drag queen. The person that really motivated me to like you gonna be whatever you want to be, and you gonna do drag was Basha.
Okay.
Basha told me, "Oh yeah, you need to do drag," and then Marissa just piggybacked on that. So it was like, okay, my grandma. I met my grandma Jody, my daddy Javante introduced me to Marissa, and I was like, "Who is this tall lady?" But she was so nice, and I was like, "I like her," and she had a wardrobe. Nobody got a wardrobe like Marissa. Marissa is ridiculous. Like if you go in her house and see all the things she has stuff from when she first started. She don't get rid of nothing. So yeah, that's why I end up taking on Anastasia's name because Stasha and Piggy kind of didn't really see it for me. At least that's how it made me feel. Alexis I only saw but didn't really know. Basha I met and then she introduced me to Marissa. So that's kind of how that all went. But Anastasia was the first one that said, I want you to be my child. So I knew I was gonna be Antoinette and her name was Chanel Roberts. So Antoinette Chanel Roberts was my name.
Your name is so strong, like, oh, it's like serious, like, you know. Someone wants to know, who was the person that you dated that owned Duval?
That owns Duval?
That you said earlier. You said the person that you were dating owned a pageant called Duval.
No. I'm sorry. If I said that, I don't think I said that he owned it. No. I dated your Black America brother, Frank,
Fabian.
Fabian.
Okay.
Fabian, yeah. Fabian was who kind of put me around all this, like, because Frank was sought after. Everybody wanted Frank. Frank was the hot ticket. So that's how that went.
Okay. Tell us about your first serious pageant. How did that go for you?
I won. And see,
Oh.
that's the problem. I'm telling y'all, I know because it had happened to me. I'm speaking from experience. When you win something early, I won the talent show first time out the shoe. I did Tropical Sunshine State Newcomer. It was a pageant in Miami. It was a newcomer pageant. I won.
Mhm.
Wearing other people's stuff. Then I did Sweetheart. And full disclosure, even though I'm a former Sweetheart newcomer, I didn't win. I won because India La Rica movie star beat me that night. And I was first runner up. I wore all of Alexis Gabriel Shams and stuff because Alexis was my muse. Or, yeah, whatever she wanted, because I used to be a stunt queen, whatever she wanted, she was getting. Gabby, when nobody, if she said, I need this St. John suit, I was going to St. John.
Mhm.
I was a crash dummy. So, but I love my girls. I've always been that way about the people that I go hard for, I go hard for them. So,
Right.
I wore all the Gabby stuff for Sweetheart Newcomer and I got first. Well, the girl that won, like a month after she won, it's like, I'm not doing drag no more. I don't want to be no drag queen. So that's when I got the phone call from Tamara and I was Sweetheart Newcomer. And then I just had to go win it. I was like, no, I need to be crowned though. I need that moment.
Right. And
And
then you
that's when
went
it,
eventually. Okay.
yeah.
When do you feel you started taking the art seriously?
Uh, when I kept losing to Aja, I got sick of Aja. And she is the only one that I have not ever beat in my life. I've never beat Aja. Rella used to always beat me. I got her back at Universe, but I never could beat Aja. And Aja was like my motivation. Truthfully, it was like I gotta be better because Duval I would place under her.
Mhm.
But Duval was where it started. I met her. I competed against her. She was Basha's daughter, who I adored Basha. She wasn't my mother, but she was like a distant godmother. I was like, I'm gonna get some of that. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win this. And Duval is where I started taking drag really, really serious.
Okay. And when do you think people started taking you seriously?
Between Duval started it, they noticed me because that was the first one,
Mhm.
but it didn't really. I don't feel like it took a hold to after Sweetheart.
Okay. Okay.
Till after
Gotcha.
Sweetheart, because Sweetheart, me winning was like one thing, but then Sion and I had a pretty good reign. She was like, "Oh, okay." And then when I did the verse, well,
Yeah.
yeah,
So we're going to pin drag for a little bit and let's get to know Rashad personally. What is your favorite color?
purple.
Purple. What is your favorite city and or country to visit?
Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
You
Everybody know
live,
that.
didn't you live there for a
I
second?
did. I did. D West introduced us to Dominican Republic when we were our Western Court, our year. And we went there to Punta Cana. Well, fast forward like 4 years later, Neandre said we went over there on a vacation because I was in love with Punta Cana. I didn't want nothing but an all-inclusive resort. And he was like, girl, we got to get over to Santo Domingo. Well, we went, we had a time, it was amazing. And I fell in love with Santo Domingo. And if I tell everybody, if you want to go party, go to Santo Domingo. If you want to go relax, you're taking family, your companion, your friends that are very PG, go to Punta Cana. But if you are a girl like myself, you need to go to Santo Domingo. Just saying.
What is the one thing that you notice between living over there and living over here?
They are probably 25, 30 years behind us,
Oh,
meaning infrastructure. Like when I lived there, the reason why I came back, Mary's helped. Mary's Hamburger Mary's that helped Rashad say, yeah, I'm coming back because they offered me all that money so I can tap back into Antwanette. But when I was working a work from home job and the power kept going out, and
mm,
battery only works so long on a laptop, but you don't have Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is down too because of the power being out. It was just like, and then the water, you can't drink the water really. You have to, it was just a lot of little things that I knew of on vacation, but once you live there, it's a total different experience, like
okay.
completely
Okay.
different.
Oh, gotcha. If you could choose a celebrity to be your best friend, who would he or she be?
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah. Any particular reason?
Yes, Oprah don't tap into something that I just want to know how to do it. Like she just mesmerizes me. I love Oprah. I love the way she speaks. I like that she's rich, and I like that she's a boss bitch. Oprah don't take no shit, and that's my kind of girl. And I used to love her interviews.
Okay.
You are like our new Oprah. You're like our
Oh,
new
well,
Oprah.
thank you.
Windows like Montel. Y'all
Okay.
got this little Montel Oprah thing going
You said you like to cook, so tell us what's your favorite dish to cook.
on. I don't even eat it. Macaroni and cheese only because people love it.
Okay.
That and Donna Jean string beans. And if you don't know what Donna Jean string beans is, you got to try them one day. I'll make them for you. You'll be like, bitch, I need those. But
Okay.
Piggy know how to make them. Angelica knows how to make them too. So if I don't make them for you, Piggy can make them.
Let me tell her to bring a pot up this weekend.
Yeah, Donna Jean is my mama, so it's
Okay.
these string beans she make
Okay.
that everybody loves.
Gotcha. Aside from your birthday, what is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
Christmas.
Christmas. Okay. You
Love
know,
Christmas.
I'm close to a lot of your kids, and a lot of
Mhm.
them said that you are the best gift giver.
I okay, so
Tell us
see,
about that.
and Wanda, you sitting over there taking this all in, but she's privy to a lot of stuff you don't know because she's close to some of my kids.
Yeah.
I had been a really good gift giver. I will be now because now I'm back doing okay in life. I ain't broke no more.
Right.
But there was a season when I couldn't. But they know me because when I made money in the streets, and that's my testimony. I'm not ashamed of being a former stunt queen.
Yeah, we'll
When
get to
I
that.
when I was coined, everybody was coined. Like how I treated Gabby, my kids got it, and
Yeah.
I had a nice big house. I had all the things of the things because I felt like I grew up. We grew up poor, other than my grandma and granddaddy. So we grew up poor. So yeah, now that I got it, I'm gonna make sure we all eating. At least I tried to. It didn't always work out, but
Okay. I was 1 year I was on the phone with Daniel and he was saying, yeah, because I gotta go by Antwanette house and get my gift. She get better gifts than my mama. Say, okay, Antwanette.
yeah.
So yeah.
I will always, and my kids, I love them all. However, there are some of them that have publicly always rode for me.
Hmm.
Um, good, bad, and indifferent. Because me and my kids have had some history, public history and all. But for the most part, even the ones with the public outcries, they also love on me publicly as
Yes,
well.
gotcha.
So that's what I like about it.
Of the four seasons, which is your favorite?
Oh, I don't like cold, so it's and I'm from Florida, not too strong on the heat because I'm used to my. I would probably go with fall, only because I
Okay.
was born in November and I do like those earth tones.
Okay.
So fall.
Favorite television show growing up?
Oh, the Cosby Show. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, no, we don't apologize for that. We
I
love the
know, but
Cosby Show.
baby, it's disclaimer. Yeah, I'm speaking from my true heart. I
Yeah.
hope I don't offend nobody. Nothing that I say.
No.
They want us to cancel everybody, baby. I love the Cosby, especially I'm named after Felicia Rashad and Ahmad Rashad.
Okay.
So my mom
Oh
named me
wow.
after. Yeah, my mom named me after Ahmad Rashad. She was in love with him. So I became Rashad, and Felicia was so beautiful to me. So I was just like, yes, God, I love them.
Who is your favorite singer growing up?
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
I've loved Mariah like my whole life,
Uh-huh.
and Deborah
All
Cox.
all time favorite movie.
It's
You can
hard
watch
because
it over and over again.
The Color Purple, the
That's
original,
mine.
the
Yeah.
original.
The original. Yes, the original. Make
What's
sure
for
you say
doing that for? Sister, man.
it's gonna rain on your head.
Mhm.
Yes,
Shut
definitely.
up! I can't. It hurts her.
What are three things that you know you can work on about yourself?
I am. I need to tone down with being such a time junkie. I am. I'm not ever late. If I'm late, sound the alarm. Like it's I am a time junkie, and kind of became a little bit of an obsession somewhat. Like even Daniel, you brought him up. They have to tone me down. Like, okay, it's okay. Take your time. You don't have to be there so early.
We're
You can
just
get there a
alike.
little later. Uh,
He hates
I'm
it, but I cannot stand being late.
I am a bit of a control freak as well.
Oh,
I don't like anything to be out of my control. Like I like to know that's what we're doing. This how this going. I'm planning it out. Okay, boom. Because I'm Walgreens by the way in the back. That's why I kind of hate myself because I have everything, and the people come over to my station, especially my Universe sisters, and they use all my things.
right.
But I know that, and I kind of like it at the same time. And then the third thing would probably be to not be so religious. I'm learning to not be. I grew up a certain way, and it's a certain way, and I'm becoming more. I'm working on accepting more things. Like I don't dress down. Like I put my stuff on every time I go to church. And I'm trying to get out of religion and get more into my Christianity side.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. If you could change anything about the world currently, what would it be?
Mm. Y'all two might not like this. I'm not a huge fan of social media. I'm trying to
Okay.
get into it. I think social media has been more of a hindrance
Mhm.
than it has helped. I
Mhm.
know it's a good tool. I know what it's for. I'm even trying to get active in putting out my videos of me driving and stuff. But it's so much, it has hurt in so many areas that I value true and near and dear, like pageantry, shows. People don't have to go anywhere. People don't even go out their house to date because you can just meet somebody online.
Mm.
We create a lot of hobbits.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
If you could relive or live in any decade, which would it be and why?
Oh, I'm sorry. So I was born in the '70s, so it would definitely be probably like back when like we had like slave masters,
Oh,
like way back then.
so the
Just
1800s.
yes, I would definitely like to. I don't want to experience the whipping, but I when I drive and I just got like this. When I drive and I see these plantations, I really want to like find out how was that? I wonder what that was like. Like it just baffles me. Like I really do
So
stop
you don't
sometimes,
want to
pull the
be a
truck
slave.
over.
You just want to investigate.
No, I just want to be like somebody that's there but invisible. Like
See
Okay.
what's
I don't
going
really want to
on.
be a slave. I don't want to be a house man either. I don't want to be the whipper. I just want to be somebody that can see inside but not be touched. Like I'm passing through. I wish they had more tours because y'all, I pass a lot of plantations. I promise y'all, it's a lot of them still out there that are now monuments and stuff that they won't tear down. And I
Yeah.
stop the truck and I'm like, wow. But I don't go over there because you ain't gonna get me.
You know, I've shared this in window nose. You know, my parents live on a plantation. Their
Stop
house.
it.
No, their house is plantation. It's a huge estate. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I don't
I
like going home because they've turned the slave house into like an outside apartment and all of
oh,
that.
I need to go to your mom and them house.
So you can see where the because it's on five
I ain't
acres.
joking, Trinity, right? Like for real, I'm gonna
No,
hit you up because
seriously,
I
no,
really
seriously.
want
And
to
I
go
tell
in one,
Wanda all
but
the
you
time,
know,
like I just hate going. I hate going to my parents' house. I'm like, why would y'all buy this? Like, what were y'all
like
thinking? So
even in
there's
New
a
Orleans, when I go down Bourbon Street and I see the old slave houses, but you can't really go in them. You can just see
yeah.
them. I
Mhm.
want to like see what I just want to see.
It's
I
to
really just
see.
do. It's like one of my things on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I want to
So,
find
so
out
like
about.
all the rooms are upstairs, and so you know how you going up the stairs, you have that one door that leads to the out. It's really really like y'all are
And
weird.
I
I
don't
just
know
like.
why that intrigues me. Again, y'all, like I said, this is my. Please don't judge me, but it's something I want to know. Maybe because it's part of my history.
Mhm.
I don't watch all those movies. I really
Yeah.
want to see it just to see it.
Yeah. So
You're
definitely
inquisitive.
come up.
Like I understand it. I mean, I don't want to do it, but I understand it.
Yeah, just to see. Um, so you have embarked upon a new career that you've been very, very vocal about, and you seem to enjoy and love. Tell us how that happened. How's it going, and where do you see it going for you in the future?
Oh, ironically, I'll be wearing this sweatshirt. It happened because Hamburger Mary's closed down, and for the second time I came back, I felt like I got duped. So I was in a mean depression. Daniel knows some of the people that are very close to me, Amari, D West, Neandre, like my core people, Lavelle, they knew where I was in a bad place. Um, and those same people helped lift me up. And then as I have another set of friends that had always been trucking, but being a drag queen and being someone that's educated and an office worker, I was like, I can't see me doing no trucking. Well, you get broke enough, you'll you'll find ways to do things. Because I had made this vow to God that I wouldn't do stunts no more, and I made a heavy vow that if I ever touch checks again, God, take my life. So I have not since I made that vow, and I had to put something out there that serious. People like, oh, that's a little strong, that's deep. I had to put something out there that serious for me to make me not touch it. Because I would always say, Lord, if you get me out of this one time, I won't do it again. I had to put something out there that saying, okay, this is it. And so I didn't go back. But doing being a case manager, thank God for Tarico. He got me a great job after Hamburger Mary's. It wasn't scratching the surface of that Mary's money. You know, when you're making, you do shows. Wendell, you ran a bar, I don't know if you still do, but when you make all that money and you try to live on this small income now, you still have those same big bills,
Mhm.
right? So I had to find something. And my brother Darryl Bowers, and Baxter Braxton, and a lot of people that I know are truckers, and they were like, Miss Singh, this is where the money at. You can do this and be great. To act why I love it is because not only do you get to travel for free, I cut down like a lot of my bills. I like men.
So
And
you're saying that
baby,
the rumors are true about truck drivers?
uh, all the rumors are true. Yeah. uh, well, okay, so there's a lot of truckers that are men, of course. But there's in this generation, there's a lot of beautiful trucker men. It ain't like what you see those,
Oh yeah.
overweight, out of shape, um, non-young truckers. You see young, yeah, they out there. And even if it's just a conversation, the conversation can lead to a deeper conversation, and the rest and so on. So there's lot lizards that are no longer at, you know what a lot lizard is, right?
No.
Lot lizards are females that go
Oh.
to the truck stops and try to
Oh. Okay.
try to help the
Okay.
truckers out. Well, they don't have those that much anymore, except maybe in Memphis on Lamar Avenue. And I've been everywhere in the United States so far. They don't have them. So
You're the lot lizard.
So wait, are you the lot lizard?
The residential lot lizard.
I just have conversations with the people, and the people have conversations with me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I have a nice time. I love trucking though. That's just one part of it though. But yeah, the traveling, the um I've learned that, in prison taught me I could live in a small space. You back in that small space on the truck because my truck has everything an apartment has except a shower, and I even got a portable toilet, so I just don't have a shower.
Okay.
Um,
And
yeah,
how long have you been doing it now?
7 months. Yeah,
Okay.
almost 7 months.
Do you
Yeah.
find did you find the process of your studies and your learning everything? Did you find it to be hard, or were you just determined to get it done so it was easy for you?
Um, the studying wasn't hard. And I hate to sound arrogant. That's just gonna sound arrogant. The studying wasn't hard though, like because it's general knowledge, air brakes, and I forgot the other one. But there's three parts of it. You go take that and you get your your permit. And after you get your permit, you sign up for school. School is only 3 weeks. The
Okay.
hardest part of school, it's 12-hour days, and it's 5 days a week. Yeah, 5 days a week. So you got weekends off, but you're exhausted
12
because
hours
you're
a
there from
day.
6 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. every day. And if you're late, they back you up. So it works perfect for me because I'm not ever late. But it can be a challenge. And then you're out there with the elements. So it was cold. I went in the winter, so it was cold, but it didn't stop. They got these bugs called no-see-ums. They're
Mhm.
almost like mosquitoes, but they're worse, like sand gnats, and they were biting us. And so that was the most challenging part. But the studies, no. And I've always driven kind of big machinery. So like I've driven big U-Hauls. When Alexa did Material Girl, I'm the one that drove the truck. So and that was a lot of truck at the age of 18 or 19, whatever I was.
So I know you're 7 months and you're probably enjoying the moment, but where do you see yourself going with this new career? Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, I have something, a big purchase I want to make. So I need this big career to help me do it. And what I'm going to make, or what I'm going to purchase, because I already put that out there, it's going to happen. It's going to be something to give back to this community that helped
Okay.
raise me. So I'm not just doing this for self. It's going to be something that's going to help everybody once I get to that dollar amount and I can get it done.
So while we're on that, and then you brought it up twice, so I know you don't mind talking about it. You are very vocal about your past when it came to crafts and stunts and what have you. Tell us
Mhm.
how that came about. How did you fall into that, and
So I
now
won't drop
ease out of
names
it?
on this because I don't want to incriminate anyone
No,
else and
absolutely
tell
not.
them that business. But again, being 15, 16 out ain't have no business, but you're easily influenced. That's why I tell people it's when those little 15, 16 year olds are out, if I could talk to them now, from experience, y'all go back home. Go back home to the mama. But sometimes you can't go home to mama, daddy, sister. So I get it.
Mhm.
In my case, I didn't really have the welcoming part of it from out to later years. So to piggyback on what you asked me earlier, I got
Mhm.
started because I was around people that was living good lives and in Orlando. Um I hadn't moved to Jacksonville yet. We were still living. I was still living in Tampa, but I was driving to Orlando. I was dating this guy named Nevin. I'll say his name because he's long past, and I'll say another name, Fred Siplin. So these are Florida names, Florida legends that are no longer here. I'll use their names. Some of them are still alive, so I won't say. But they all have fabulous cars, big houses, and when you see that and you're 15, 16, well, you want to figure out how to do it. Well, first they start you out as a return girl. You don't just start writing checks, you go do this return. So a return, somebody bought something with a check illegally, a fake check, and you go back in the store and you take it back to the store. So I started as a return girl and got the cash, take it back to them. They would break me off $30, whatever, 40. Well, when you're 15, 16, you do that 10 times, you got you $300, $400. You feeling good. You get addicted to it. You're still going to school. You're going home, but finding your way on the weekends to get back down there to go be around your friends that are much older than you that you ain't got no business around. And then you learn the craft and you start doing it and you get away with it for a long time. You get away with it all through your early, teens. I did get locked up when I was 17, but it was something I didn't even do.
Mhm.
Somebody used my name because I was around that crew, and somebody found my ID. They opened up a bank account in my name, and that's really how I got introduced to it. They did that to me, and I went to jail. I went on a little mini tour, but I was underage, so they ended up throwing it out or whatever. But I still had to go to those counties because I had
Mhm.
warrants in all those counties that they wrote checks in. Back in the day when you could write checks, scratch the check, you know, you
Gotcha.
could just go to all these counties. And that's how I got introduced to it a little bit. But then I was like, well, what they do? And they explained it to me. And I said, well, dang, they did that to me. But it's like, well, you can do it, but you ain't got to, they ain't have to use your name. And I was like, They didn't have to do it at all because I was still a little green. But then I found out what those returns were, and oh, the returns I've been taking back. That was that, and then you learn, okay, and then took off from there. Sadly,
Do you look back and think because you're so green, impressionable, that you were used, or do you take accountability like, hey, I knew what I was doing?
I definitely take accountability. I knew
Oh,
what I was doing. I was green to how I was making it, but once I learned, I could have got out of it. But again, it's like any other addiction. Once you get going, it's hard to stop. That's people that drink, do drugs, alcohol. Some of us are addicted to the hair and makeup, drag, whatever. It's hard to just stop something that you've become accustomed to and you enjoy. Because don't get it twisted, I enjoyed the money.
gotcha. When you went through your time, and you went through jail or what have you, were the people that you were helping, were they helping you while you were in? Were they looking out for you, or you didn't even care about that?
Yeah, like I said, that's why I love my kids, like for real, because and I'm not going to all of them, no, of course, but it would be like Kyla and Rainbow and Romeo. They would write me a letter, and it would be like, "This is from all your kids. We love you," and they'll send me some money, But they'll be the ones leading the charge. But they'll throw in, Maria and Makai and all the other ones, but they'll be the one. It was Kyla, my granddaughter Rainbow, and out of my kids, and Romeo that kept me in there. And then of course I had cousins, biological family, brothers and sisters. But of my kids, those three really kind of stayed consistent with it.
Did you hear from your muse, Alexis, anytime?
No, not when I was in prison. But now my grandmother, and that's why I love this lady. Like my favorite person is Marissa. Every month, like clockwork. And I hope I don't get in trouble. Grant, I'm sorry, don't cuss me out, but I talk too much. Every month, like clockwork, Marissa would send me pictures and she would send me like whatever was the latest, it'll be a little letter. Because if you ever seen her handwriting, it's not gonna be long. It ain't you getting about a paragraph. She gets you the whole tea. And she would send me no less than $75, but usually around 150 every month.
Wow.
But she had the hair salon in. She wasn't over doing the cruise ship. She was or the whatever ship it is. She was doing the hair salon. So money. My grandma always had money, baby.
Money was coming in.
She always had
The
money.
first
Matter
thing
of
I thought
fact,
about when you said Marissa was Duval, when Giselle said, everybody know Marissa don't pay no bill.
The real.
she gonna keep her money. This picture right here, she sent me, and I got a bunch of them around here. I mean, but this was MBU. She sent me
Yeah.
this when I was in prison. Now y'all know I wasn't out this year. How I got this picture? Marissa
She
sent
was
me that
looking
picture.
out.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
was
she made sure I stayed because she knew how much I love the verse, baby. So she
wow.
made sure I got all my Duval and verse tea, if nothing else.
So the last question on that, how did you or do you feel about those that you may have helped and looked out for and did everything for that maybe not have been there for you when you had to do what you had to do by going to prison? Do you hold on to any grudges or did you just let it go?
I used to. I don't anymore. Like I'm in a whole nother space and place. Um, I really feel like, and this with anybody, me included, we're all human. And it's not that the person I don't think don't love you. I do believe out of sight, out of mind is a thing. And it's easy to forget or put it off, procrastinate. Because if people have a lot of great intentions, you got to bring it to life. So I don't think it was ever nobody out of malice. Oh, I ain't sending that bitch shit. She
Right.
gave me money. I ain't giving her nothing. I don't think it was any of that. I just
Okay.
think out of sight, out of mind. I was gone. She gonna do her time. She'll be okay. And I had thank God for having core people in my life. My daddy Rick, he was not even my daddy, and he was my uncle. He would send stuff. I just had people that would just look out for me, and I wasn't ever without. And my sister, Bella Brown, every month she another one. Every month I got no less than 100 from her, and some more average 200. But so I wasn't without money, and I had a husband in there, so I was good.
Okay, she going so what I'm gathering, Antoinette, is that you always have kept the man somewhere or another.
Up until I haven't had a man now for what 2 years? Yeah,
Okay.
I've been single 2 years,
Okay.
two and a half, something like that. Yeah, but
Is that
I
by
but,
choice?
but I guess either I don't got old and the bitch don't want me no more. I don't know what it is, but I think I still look fairly decent.
Yes.
But young me, young Miss Rashad, because you know back then everybody was Miss.
Yes.
Young Miss Rashad was fine, bitch. Fat ass, a dedicated bottom. I ain't nobody's top, so I am the president of the Bottom Society. I'm a proud bottom, so it was what back in the day people didn't want to be no bottom. It was like, oh, you a bottom? No, yes, bitch. So now it's like it's more accepting, but accepted. But yeah,
Well,
I ain't have no
because you
problem getting
are
no man.
right. So because you were a boy queen and you did drag, did you have any issues with some people may have only wanted you because you did drag, put on your drag, you dressed them. Did you ever find any
Yeah.
conflicting with that?
Okay, so I'll mind saying his name because everybody know he's my ex husband. You know Tony Howard, right? JT,
Mhm.
that's my ex. So Jaleese Bonet and me kind of duped him, not really, but I was hosting at Club Quest in Orlando, and he asked me, he was like, "You got a sister in here?" Because he was green, he was this trade that was coming in. Nobody, JT was just this cute, fine trade that, and bitch, I was like, "I'm gonna get him." And he asked me, and I was like, "No, I ain't got no sister in here." So long story short, we ended up dating, and he found out later that I did drag because me and Jaleese kept that from him. Like Jaleese was like, "No, girl, you cannot tell him."
Mhm. Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So basically, you didn't have a problem getting men because you did drag. Like
Just
some of
him.
the
No,
kids.
the rest of them didn't care because I always kept. I believe when you're a boy queen, this is like something I stand on, like one of my principles. You should
Which
keep your boy up. Your boy, if you're gonna be a boy, just like you're a girl, your girl when you're not Trinity, you're is it Tia? What is it?
Tiana,
What's the girl name?
Tiana.
Tiana. When you Tiana, you gotta look good like this. You don't get a pass. Like
Right.
Rashad don't get a pass to just look thrown away when oh well I'm gonna just because I got a ponytail but it ain't all the way kept. I need a perm and no and I don't we don't shave eyebrows no more. I mean at least I don't. We
Right.
used to do that back in the day. So yeah, you got to keep your boy up. And authentic art form is something I've always like pushed because this is I'm a drag queen, right? I didn't no hormones, no nothing respectfully, those that did, I applaud you. That was your path. For me, I like winning pageants in the art form of winning with sofa cushion and toilet tissue. I
Right.
thought that was hot when you can go out here and be the T with makeup, wigs, and it ain't real. You can just take it right off and go back to
Right.
being you.
And
That
still
always
swing.
fascinated me.
Shouts out to the boy queens that keep their boy up. We love them. King, anything before we go into the game?
No, not well, yeah, not about that, but about
Mhm.
going back to the returns. I think that a lot of people share that experience. So I'm glad that you were open about it and not ashamed because a lot of us, I was one of the returns when I was in college, like my freshman year. And you didn't think of it that way. You just doing it, because it was
Yeah, you
extra
just
money.
doing it.
So I
Mhm.
appreciate that you own that and that you also shared it because a lot of people, especially from like our generation or, that was a thing. So
I
I
tell
appreciate that you talked about it.
Well, thank you for that. I'm glad that we can. I'm not happy that we share that, but it's good to hear a fellow person kind of own up to it because it's like I've noticed in our community a lot of people just because they didn't get caught,
Yeah.
dang it,
Right.
baby, that wasn't my story. Girl,
Yeah.
you did it, bitch. I remember seeing you in the store with me.
Mhm. And I
Oh, but you
probably
didn't
got
go to
caught because of you.
jail.
And they were paying more in,
Yeah,
in,
they was
in
really at your
Florida.
ass, bitch, but they got
Yeah.
me instead.
I feel like it's a few girls I need to hit up with an invoice because y'all got paid more. They was giving us $20.
Correct. So it's like, I get it. Everybody's testimony and story
It's
is
different.
theirs, but I do see a lot of, they got nothing to do with me. And a lot of us profited from stunt queens that
Mhm.
even didn't
Yeah.
do it. The,
Right.
the gowns wasn't by those Swarovskis wasn't on your own, girl.
Those entry
And
fees,
Tuition
those, yeah,
also.
you
how
Yeah.
go.
you thought they was tipping you $100 bills, gave you $100 bills back then, back in the day? Because back in the 90s and early 2000s, money was flowing.
They was rich.
Yes, flow.
Everybody was calling, girl, you thought that money was legit?
No.
Girl, come on, get out of here.
So now we play a game, Internet, called Name It and Claim It.
Okay.
I will give you 10 words, people, place, things, maybe a quote, something, and you give us the first thing authentically that comes to your mind. You can
Okay, let me get
definitely,
into my question answer segment.
yes, that's it.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna start off with someone easy. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Daryl Bowers?
My brother, authentic brother, like
Okay.
brother from another. Never, he's never let me or BJ down or Jaleese.
Mhm.
Like I don't ever recall a story that I can. And Daryl is 100% good person.
Okay. Shouts out to Daryl, another trucker. Number two, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of the night you won Miss Westland?
Oh, bitch, they tried to get me.
You think so?
Cause bitch, that night was so up in the air. Like it was me and Trinity Bonet, and shout out to Trinity Bonet. I love me some Trinity. I want her to be a ruler of the universe so bad. We were the two that was like, and it could have went either way. And kudos to her for even coming back because I just wanted to be in D West's court. I had to be a part of that D West. I was like, baby, he is doing great things. I gotta. And then we fell out, and then we fell back in. But yeah, baby, it's a time with us. That's my friend. No, love him dearly.
Okay, shouts out to Westland. Number three, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Daniel Hall, aka Romeo Davis?
Mm, I get emotional. Deep bond, a loving deep bond. We talk about everything. Daniel, Romeo, Daniel, Amari, Neandre. I know you only talk about Daniel, but Desiree, God bless the dead, BJ, Valentino. Uh, it's about 10 people that know everything about me. And I got it like that because if I pass, y'all can go to any one of them and they know what's up. Neandre know what's going. They already know. It's nothing they don't know. And that way I don't got to be worried about because I went to jail plenty of times and was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh no, baby, call such and such. Now, if anything ever happened, I get hurt. What? Call them. They got it. They got socials, everything,
Mhm.
and I feel comfortable with that.
Okay, gotcha. Four, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of Tampa, Florida?
Home, home. I love my city.
Mhm.
I'm ghetto as fuck from Rose Park Projects, Tampa Heights, and I grew up poor and I came out of that and I still live, even though I'm no longer poor, I still live in a lower grade area. Not the projects, definitely, and not even low income, but it's not, I don't live in New Tampa. I don't live in Hyde Park. I don't live in
What
Soho.
do you always see yourself staying in Tampa, or do you maybe possibly moving?
No, I want to move. I just love my mother and
Mhm.
everybody know my story. My mama, some days she good and some days she not. So I stay here for her. I want to move her to either Houston or Atlanta, but Atlanta, she has granddaughters there and she probably couldn't handle it because the traffic and she be like one day here, one day not. And then Houston, she just wouldn't like it because she's just that kind of person. So
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Five, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I hope I got this right. When you think of Bethune Cookman College.
The best college and university in the land.
Now, girl, wait a minute
Bitch.
now.
Keep it cute. Everybody else keep it on mute. Let's do the Beyonce challenge, baby. Wildcats. Mm, mm.
We are
Let's
very glad
go.
that you all have come over to the SWAC.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome. You're welcome because you needed the help, darling.
We have
Next
So
did a
question,
we
please.
and we and we
10.
I can
actually
see
play
this
y'all
going
homecoming.
left, baby.
We actually play y'all homecoming this year, so that's going to be interesting. I'll make sure to
Yes.
hit you up when
And you're,
the
what is it?
school, Alabama
Alabama?
A&M.
Eh,
Mm-hmm. A&M. Girl, don't do it.
Everything
Well, that's Texas
A&M just
Southern
don't
up
roll
there.
out of my mouth right. Florida agriculture mechanic. What is that?
This is
Sound
a
like a
great
funeral
school.
home.
Oh, you so crazy. Um, Number six. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of? I'm trying to see which king I want to do. Let's do Terrell. Terrell Love Dupree.
Oh, that's my spirit, like child, demon, angel, whatever spirit person.
Mhm,
We are the same. He
mhm,
is ambitious. So that's the first word, ambitious.
mhm.
Terrell ain't gonna stop. He's gonna get it done no matter what.
Okay. He loves some
And
youth.
kudos to him. He's a flight attendant now.
Yes, new career.
Okay.
Seven. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your Sweetheart International presentation speech?
Legendary. That is the legend, the most legendary moment of my career I can think of, especially now. And as much as I don't like social media has really blown it back up again
Mhm.
to show it.
Really quick, tell us how you became, because I'm a product of your speeches.
Sticker, they ain't nothing to be bragging about, bitch. They be
It is
mad.
really not, girl. You got me. And this
Okay.
is, this is the crazy thing. The speech I recited was not what you wrote. If they really was to get into what you wrote, I would be hated. But I'm not gonna go there. How did you become the speech girl?
You changed some things. I mean, but I would have left the people out that didn't show up and wouldn't have, but whatever.
I'm the
I
rain man.
became the speech person because I've always had a, a witty tongue. Quincy Parham, one of my high school friends, he follows you and your show. He might be watching tonight. I've always been the chatty, talking, witty, comeback bitch. What you said?
Mhm.
Because I grew up fighting a lot. Like you fight at the fight. You talk your shit, you go out to fight. And I got all brothers.
Mhm.
So, and I was the gay one. So there's that. But when I stepped in the pageantry and got to know Duval, I saw Marlon, Avante Mon, and she would have these speeches, but hers wasn't reading people. She was like boasting herself.
Mhm.
And I was like, bitch, I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna put old because by then, when I really got into it, Sophia had became my mother.
Mhm.
So I learned my mama could being reading is what they like. They want you to
Mhm.
read. And it was another time when you could read. I read every pageant I've won that allowed you to talk, I read.
Mhm.
Three Miss Third Dimension, I read them. I was the cleanup woman. Duma, I was the ghost to do my past. I read them. Duval, I read Tanisha, even though it was only three girls in the pageant, me, her, and Lil Mama. I read both of them. Bitch,
Mhm.
sweetheart, I read my mentor, my idol, Tamisha Iman. Bitch, speeches. I wish pageantry wasn't so sensitive now, and
Mhm.
people could take a read and just enjoy it for what it is. But
Mhm.
they've taken that out, and it makes me not even want to compete as much anymore. But there are a couple out there that let you talk that I'm thinking about. Like, okay, they let you talk over there, okay?
Okay.
Because if I'm in the pageant, bitch, I'm gonna say something. I might
Mhm.
not go so deep and so hard, but I got something to say.
Okay. Okay. Number 8, Dina Cass. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, that is my sister. Me and Rena, like she said, I think she said last, we don't been through some shit. We
Mhm.
have done it all. I have to stay from around Dina though, because me and Dina like to gamble.
Yep,
Me
said that.
and Dina, we gonna tell that because God bless the dead. I'm BJ and BJ too. Baby, we gonna go to the casino. We got to try 20.
Mhm.
Ain't no harm in trying 20, baby. But the problem is 20 turns into 200. Then 200,
Mhm.
now you chasing, you turn into 500 and 1,000. You like, how the hell did we get here? So yeah, but that's my girl, and I'm so proud of her. Kudos to her. Keep going on at 58. Gonna be
Mhm.
58 and still
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Amari Labiche?
My legacy. He is the one that will carry the mantle. I tell you that all the time. Of all my kids, Amari is most like me. I was known for throwing parties. Amar throws parties. Having pageants. Amar has pageants. Hosting. Amar hosts. Reading. Amar reads. Amar. other than the home front husband, I couldn't never get that under control. And kids, I'm good on that. Love on everybody else. Amari is the boy version of me. Like Amar will hold it down. If my son there, y'all good. He'll take care of it.
Okay. And number 10, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Black Universe?
Like I feel about Cookman, the the best of the best.
Mm.
It's the best of the best.
Why do you
And
feel it's the best of the best, Antoinette?
so Randy Matthews, God bless the dead. It's a lot of people I've known that have passed. Randy told me I wasn't gonna win. Oh, Antoinette, she's horrible. Oh, that girl she'll never win. She's horrible. I was roommates with my brother Spanky, and when somebody tell me no, me and Victoria LePage are a lot of alike with that. Nobody tells me no, bitch. Black America, I'm coming to see you. I don't know when, but I'm coming. When I come, but you're not telling me I can't win. This is also why, piggybacking on what Dina said, and I'm going back to Black Universe, why I'm not a whole big fan of some of like the shows that won't let us on. Let me on the show so I can show you what I can do. I like pageants because it lets you compete. Black Universe never stopped me from competing. I did prelims. They would let me compete. You win, you qualify, you come on and do the pageant, whatever the chips fall where they may. But I think it's the best because of the overall everything of the pageant. When I say that, I mean it's the venue. It's a standard. It's grand. The presentation, there's no category like it in all the pageantry. Like you sit there and watch it, you have to, I don't know why you won't get your ass on the stage. Baby, that energy in that room, it's a it's a weekend of love and excitement and fashion. And not just on stage, the audience. It's the one pageant where people put on their stuff. I mean, the audience be looking like, girl. Final night, especially definitely final night. Final night is the night when everybody lays it out. Um, and it's our reunion, so it's the main reunion. Now we do have others. There's Westland is a bit of a reunion. um there's a reunion definitely at Black America, and others, Sweetheart. But I'm talking about like the one. That's our Met Gala, that's our Oscars, that's our night when we shine, regardless of the numbers. Baby, the people coming out,
Yeah.
they're coming to that contest, and that's why I think it still reigns in our community, the Black LGBTQ community, as the best, and arguably in the top three of all pageants.
When you say Randy said you wouldn't win or he didn't want to cry, what have you, but your name was called, what went through your head in that moment? Can you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I know exactly what it was. I was when I turned around, y'all. Okay, so about the running. When I turn around, I don't like people to see me cry. Like I hate give up numbers because I always cry. Because it you think about all the stuff you went through and it just come out. And I hate when y'all can see that. So MBU, I just knew I was going to go slay it. I had wrote enough checks for $25,000 worth of stuff to go in this pageant, and I'm not taking no for an answer. I didn't even wear short wigs because Sasha Valentino and Tasha Long told me to stay out them wigs. So I said, I'm giving it my all. And when they said my name, because I knew it was gonna be Nikki, I knew Nikki was gonna be the one because Nikki, it was me and Nikki the whole weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it's first night. I won first night and second night, but I knew it was me and Nikki. I'm like, damn, she ain't letting up. Registration. I pull up in a presidential SUV, black, with an umbrella and had a drive and somebody take me out. She pulled up behind me in a limousine. This one people used to do all that.
Yeah.
See, I missed that about pageantry when registration was something.
Mhm.
Baby, the people was in the lobby waiting to see who was
Mhm.
coming.
Right.
That's the stuff, that's the euphoria that I would love to see come back. But I know it's another time, another place. People ain't stunting. Money's
Right.
different. But that's why I think it's the best because it represents so much greatness there. And Randy, he just he grew to love me because I was his last queen. I was his last crown queen. Randy passed during my reign. I think it was May of my year. But he told me in Texas, he sat me down with Alexis Davenport. We was at the Texas Black Universe prelim, and I was like, I don't get it. It came out. Why you don't like me? Like, what is it? And he said, Miss Antoinette, it ain't that I don't like you, girl. You want Black Universe to be Antoinette Chanel Roberts. We want Antoinette Chanel Roberts to be Black Universe. And the light went
Mhm.
off. Like it came on. I was like, oh, I was coming here trying to do it my own way.
Mm.
And that's why I took a registration every year. They want you to be the way you look when you won is how they expect you to look all year.
Mhm.
And just be the ruler. Because we got enough people, enough me's, enough Marissas, Naishas, Archie, Terrell, Craig. It's enough of us that do the other stuff.
Mhm.
You just got to look fabulous, promote the pageant, be on time, all the stuff that a title holder's supposed to do. That's it.
When you won and you went through the beginning of your situation and you went away or what have you for a little bit, do you feel like you missed anything? Do you feel like you let the system down, yourself down, Randy down? How did you feel in that moment?
So that ties into why I love it so much now. I felt like I let him down by going to jail, not by stunting. I let him down by getting caught.
Right.
Like, because Pageants was built on stunts back then.
Right.
Everybody was stunting, baby. Yeah, y'all caught net, but it's all of us doing it. All of us doing it. Everybody getting money. So I felt I let him down by getting caught because once I got caught, it felt to me as if in that moment my stock dropped. Like I wasn't as, because I was doing, I had on made way. Okay, we getting this thing together. And June of 2006, yeah, seven.
Seven.
Um, they came and got me, and I mean FBI, FDLE, all these people swarming around me. I'm like with guns drawn. What? So that's why I felt, and that's why I love it so much now because it was the one that they said I would never win. They meaning Randy, and it's also because I felt like I dropped the ball. So now I give it everything I got to kind of make up. Even though I felt like I've done that 10 times over, I love Black Universe, and if the girls got tattoos, I would get one. But the girls don't do that. That's what the boys do.
Are you having your prelim this year?
So it's not me, y'all. I promise. I ain't broke, bitch. I got money. I got money. I got money. Even if I can't have it. 'Cause I was waiting on a venue. Tampa, we lost Southern Nights. The Happy Pony just opened up or something. And then Kurt, I was waiting on my other gay father's new spot to open up, Kurt's place. So I definitely gonna say still leaning to the yes. But it's a schedule for September. We just gotta get a date and I gotta get a venue. I don't want to take it to Orlando, but if I have to, I will, because I do know I can get Southern Nights Orlando, but it's really not convenient for me. See, here, I don't have to even be here to get it done because you know why? I got my legacy that'll get it done. I just say Amari, Maria, all my kids that will do the work, boom, 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 and they'll do it while I'm driving trucks. I just send the money. And then I can come home for it that night and then get back on the road.
Okay. So there is a possibility that you will have your prelims.
I'm doing something.
Okay.
So I just don't know the magnitude, like, because I like to bring in my former brothers and sisters and give them a little love offering. Lavelle come every year. Roman, them my faithfuls. Neandre, the three of them come every year. My son Makai. So I like to bring them in. Kyla, and love on the rulers. I do like my prelim to be judged by former rulers, because we already know what it takes, and they give great critiques because we the ones you got to deal with after you win.
Right.
You win with them judges, but you got to deal with your brothers and sisters. And everybody want that parade in black at the end of the weekend. You want that parade of the brothers and sisters coming out in black. That's like a meaningful moment.
Two more questions concerning this. We often hear that Universe you formers are hazers and y'all can be hard on the court. How do you feel about that?
We were. They well, I ain't gonna say we because I've always been the one to kind of help. Okay. They were. Now I'm big on the reigning. The reigning for my prelim, I'm Antwanette the promoter. And it's a couple formers that came to my prelims that probably don't care for me so much, but I just run it to the letter. Because if you start off doing it wrong, you're just gonna keep doing it wrong. But I think the farmers have eased up because they had that reputation of being too hard on them, too much hazers, but doing all that talking, not enough help. I think it has changed quite a bit. I wish it would kind of go back to the hazing because the hazing iron sharpens iron. I got hazed, Net had to get it together, but they loved on me in the end, and a lot of them love me now. I'm sure a few of them probably don't care for me. I saw my daughter and Tarico have a beautiful reign, and that iron sharpened iron, and look at them now. Kyla and Tarico are forces. Whenever Kyla come off that shelf, bitch, you gotta get ready if she in the pageant. She ain't coming playing. She from good stock. Tarico still tearing ass up.
You love the system so much. I'm gonna put you on the spot here, and you have to answer.
Okay.
Give me one boy, one miss, and one grand who you would love to eventually be Universe.
Oh, the girls are so
And
hard.
if you have to do more than one, you can, but I just only really want one.
I like people that show dedication, which is why I got to go back to Black America. But I love people that I would love for Taco, and Cairo. Okay. And this is not saying I don't want the other boys to not win. Right, no, I would love whoever wins. But I love people that, and Eric, I ain't giving up, bitch. I'm going back. Even if I felt like I should have won, I'm going back. That's why I want Taco back one day. Y'all know I love Taco. Taco's my baby. But yeah, definitely them. Just three I can think of off the top. Isaiah, if he decided to come back one day, he's shown loyalty, love for the system. Of course, for the girls or for the grand girls. Again, going back to loyalty, and it's this girl. I always mess her name up. Araya Sinclair. I think that's right. Baby,
that's right.
I think when she get a shot, bitch, look out.
Yeah.
When she become the ruler, look the fuck out. Now she got to fight. She gonna have to fight because them hoes coming this year. If she come, I don't even know if she is coming. But and she's a boy, so I'm a little bit biased because she's a boy. I do root
Yes.
for us. I'm like, come on, boys, please pull it off. Just because I would like to see some diversity. It ain't but a few of us. Me, Naisha, Akira, Tamisha. See how the list running out?
Yeah.
It ain't that many.
You got to think.
Yeah, you got to think. It ain't that many. And then for the girls, oh my God, it's so hard because this year I like all the girls that don't qualify. Takira is my granddaughter, and I like I look at her as the fearless bitch. Bitch, you you got me fucked up. I'm coming.
Mhm.
And then Barbie, bitch. I know it take a lot for because Barbie like me, she don't like losing, bitch.
And
She
she's a
don't like
glutton.
losing, bitch. And I know I'm good, so she coming, bitch. And then Natasha, like the comeback kid. Cause
Mhm.
Peaches ain't no spring chicken. That's my sister.
Yeah.
Right.
Bitch, it take a lot when you 50 plus to say, bitch, I'm finna go rumble in the jungle. With these
What?
hoes that bitch have my age. So and then Kennedy, I didn't even see that coming. I mean, I'm just talking about the ones that are qualified so far. I
Right.
didn't even see Kennedy coming, but we know what Kennedy finna do. So
Okay.
yeah, but out of those that are coming, I think the nation would be happy for any one of them, but I think it would probably erupt for Natasha.
Okay. Well,
I,
shout
I
out.
feel like that because bitch, she has been doing it the longest now. Her Gia, if Gia ever comes back, um, those are the ones that have the most time in.
Mhm.
Not that that matters, but we love to see people just keep going after their dream. Hell, look at Smacks at USA.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever been interested in RuPaul's Drag Race?
I have. I auditioned one time.
And how was the outcome? Of course,
I,
you.
I made quote unquote the top 25.
Okay.
They did this. That's when they used to put out like the top 25 list or whatever. But I didn't go no further. Never heard from any other producers, and it's now I'm good on it.
Okay.
I'm not even really a fan of how it's changed over from drag to. I like old school drag. Whatever, y'all please don't judge me, but it's just my truth. I like titties. I like pads. I like
Mhm.
makeup.
Mhm.
I like big hair.
Mhm.
I like the things that drag was based on. I know stuff changes and evolves, but I still love to see a drag. Ooh,
Right.
I like all that.
Where do you think the state of drag is currently from your lens? Good, bad, up, down, taking a shift, pivot? What would you say?
It's definitely taking a pivot. Um, some would consider the direction from my standpoint. I don't like the direction that it's went in. Which is why I love pageantry because pageantry helps bring it back to the root. You got it. This what we like over here. That's why I love that ballroom got what they like over there. And respectfully, Drag Race got what they like over there.
Mhm.
Everybody got lanes. Kudos to the girls that still do all of them. Kennedy, Trinity Bonet, Roxy, Kennedy Davenport, Alexis Mateo. Those Silky, they navigate in those pageant drag race lanes. I gave up probably too soon, but for me, I'm good now. And now at 46, finna be 40. Oh, yeah, 46, finna be 47. Yeah, I'll be 47 November 5th. I would be considered grandma. I watch how they talk to them older girls on there. And bitch, Tamisha showed a lot of restraint when she was on the show. I don't know if I got that. For
I
me,
didn't
it's
think she had it until she did it.
no, she did because she didn't lay hands. Because me, it would have been, she was coming out of, whatever, and that's why I love Willis. She's an overcomer. But
Yeah.
baby, Rashad still get active a little bit. And
Mm.
I ain't fought in about 12 years, so maybe I got to see if I still got it. A bitch might wear me out.
Oh my God.
The
Oh
bitch is
my.
gonna be a good 3 minutes, bitch.
You talked
That's a
about
long
how
fight.
you you talked about how you do not care for social media and some of its aspects, basically how it's being abused a lot of the times, especially after pageantry. What is your take when you see the Mondays and it's all this stuff going on and the lives and stuff? How do you feel about that? When someone may feel like I was cheated, I'm going to put it out there, or I should have won, I'm going to put it out there. What's your take on
I
that?
just I like that people speak their mind. It makes the road very hard for promoters for patrons to even want to come, because now the patrons like, because I'm watching it. The promoters don't want to be bothered. One is it's just so many pageants now. So that might not be a bad thing. But a lot of promoters don't want to be bothered because they're like, oh, this is just too much drama. So they falling off. The patrons, oh, I don't want to be bothered with this. Y'all miss me with that. Don't put that out. I don't want to, I'm not going to no more of those. And then the contestants feeling cheated. So because they have this avenue, to be able to put it out there to say their grievances. It's needed, but it's also a hindrance. I mean, I get you want to have a space where you can say it. But when I was talking about, I don't really care for social media. I spend not 10. I spend $3,500 on a gown. I want to be able to keep using that gown. But now social media has made it where bitch, she's still wearing that. Well, girl, I just bought this. Back in the day, I traveled with Jasmine Bonet when she did the Velvet Rope tour. And she went everywhere with it. Doing the same number every night and getting paid. I was counting her money and stuffing. Because I wasn't no stunt queen then. Yeah, Jasmine, I was clipping her. She didn't care. So I was the little sister. I was Jody's child. I was the little
Not you doing
sister.
what they did in Dallas a couple of weeks ago.
But that was Cinnamon was that was like my mama. Like
Oh.
she was Jody and her were a thing. So, I was counting the money. I take $5. Who could I give me something to eat? She got 500 on the floor. But she would travel from city to city to city with the same costume, the same act, doing the Velvet Rope tour, and people would love it. And people came out to see it. And you had to go to the bar to meet a guy, and you had to go there to see that fabulous show. Versus now, you can just watch it online.
True.
Girl, I see it on. I hear about it, child. They'll be talking about it tomorrow. It'll be Monday tomorrow.
We asked everyone, why do they feel numbers are low? Give us some reasons why you feel numbers are low in competitions these days.
Social media, I think, makes it where people are timid to compete because now you got to deal with the backlash from everybody, and you got to keep seeing it. They're gonna keep tagging you. You're gonna keep the frenemies gonna keep sending it to your inbox instead of them defending you to the people that's putting it. They're gonna send it to you so you can see it. I never get that for the life of me. So that lowers participation from contestants. We ain't stunting no more. We don't stunt, baby. We got to make that sequence look like rhinestones. We have to make it look juicy with a smaller budget. We got to make it still look grand and over the top. I thank God for Alexis Sherrington. I'm finna give you the third point in a minute. When I did MBU, my jacket, we didn't get it. We didn't get it beaded. The jacket to the gown.
I heard about that.
Well, we got it beaded, but we didn't finish. It wasn't finished. And I was out of stones. I had money, but no stones you didn't go to China. You had to go over to Seahorse to buy them, and they didn't have none. And I was panicking. And Tyra, my granddaughter, James, Tyra from Drag Race, Tyra Sanchez, she was stoning. She was like, gee, Mom, we ain't got no more. And Bryce, her and Roger was like, Mom, what we gonna do? I say, well, Alexis, what am I gonna do? Gabby say, well, that's fine.
Bitch!
I love my girl. That's my girl. I'll do good and bad. Miss Stein, you need to go to Seahorse and you need to get some sequins. I said, some what? Individual sequins, Miss Rashad. Y'all need to put the sequins on there. And bitch, it worked.
It worked because we
We
thought
put
it
the
was beat.
Oh, it was beaded, but we
Right.
ran out of stones. So we put the sequins with the stones and the beads. And bitch, when you open it up, that's why BJ grabbed that coat so goddamn fast and hit it. Y'all won't try to take that coat. You won't try to break that down. So that's how that ended up going. And the third reason I feel, because again, the money, social media, and the third reason I think numbers are down because there's too many avenues.
Okay.
Which I know a lot of people say that's a great thing. Well, now this gives people places to go, different places they can compete. Well, if it's only 1,000, or let's just use a small number, 100 contestants, and there's 50 pageants, well, you're gonna have 2 at each one, or you might have 5 at this one. This one might have 1. This one might have none. We've seen a lot of non-divisions where there's nobody there for that division, and I think because there's too many contests, and I know everybody's innovative. I talked about this with D West, and I know y'all I'm chatting, but I want the community to hear this. This is a mentality I've learned and watched from our community over the years. To all my non-black people, I love you. I'm not meaning to sound like it's about to sound. My white counterparts will go to Continental and they'll be like, oh my God, this is fabulous. How can I be a part of this? My black peers will come to Black America and say, oh my God, this is incredible. I need to start me a pageant. So you see what I'm saying? So now there's a million pageants and everybody's reigning. And guess what? Trinity Chevalier Black, former national title holder, and Antoinette Chanel Roberts, and when Wendell, you former national title holders that have won the things of the things. I just won Miss Barbecue Grill, and bitch, I get to come on stage and walk with you.
I was going to ask you that. Someone, D West actually put it in the comments. How do you feel about the National Walk these days?
Which is again why I love Naisha Dupree and all her genius. She's on my Mount Rushmore, y'all know that, because she is smart enough to invite. And I think that is the only way you can make it where you don't have Miss Barbecue Grill, Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Sidewalk up there with Continental and Renaissance and MBU and Westland and MBA, because everybody feels like they're entitled. So where do we draw the line at? You draw the line when you invite, invitation only. Now I like it. She opens it up a little bit. She don't just do the big 10 or the big 15 or whatever. She lets a few others in, but you can't let everybody do it. And then they just make it, to me, a bit of a shame, because now me and all my court coming out there, all us getting on stage, bitch. This finna last 30 minutes for us. I walk on, bitch. We finna shut it down. And this ain't even your division. We only got a newcomer. Why is a newcomer even on the national stage of a major, like a big person, like a regular?
Yeah.
I'm old school though, y'all. Y'all know I've been doing it 29 years. So I apologize. I'm not trying to offend, but these are the questions that go through my head sometimes. So I just look. I be wanting to type sometime, and I be like, "Ooh, what Giselle say?" Child, I erased all that.
Yeah, just delete.
Just delete, honey, or whatever.
A new thing is happening is they are allowing cis women to compete with the drag girls. What's your take on that?
Oh, girl, you trying to get me in trouble tonight?
Yeah.
And this bitch say yes. I'm not personally a fan of us mixing, because I do think we have kindergartners don't go to school with high schoolers.
No, of course not.
Men and women don't typically share the same bathroom at the same time. They might have unisex bathrooms, but they're not both in at the same time. I just think it's being fine so far until, and I use her name, Vanessa Williams, come over here. Because then when Vanessa Williams come and she win them all, now we're gonna have a problem. But right now, because it's not really, we have Glam, that was a success story. A lot of them have not been successful yet, but it's evolving into that. I just like, and I know everybody, well, why does it matter what's between your legs? Y'all all presenting as a woman. Well, it's harder for us that has something or was born with something between our legs to present when you are already given the features. You already have everything I got to create. I got to draw, snatch, pull, add pads, and I'm already tall. I'm 5'10", 5'11". So I'm 5'11" actually, not 5'10". It makes it more of a challenge, and I don't think it's completely an even playing field. I don't.
Got it. Do you or have you found it in your 29 years harder for boy queens than it is for Miss Queens? Tell us about that journey.
Everywhere that is not a boy specific pageant, like Gay America, which is where Aria been telling me for years to get over there, but I just haven't made it around that bush yet. I don't know. And I think I could probably win round one. I could pull an Asia O'Hara and go in there and do it, because interview, yeah, they have gown, they have to. I could probably do it, but I just haven't. But anywhere other than America, yes, I think it's harder on boy queens, because we as a community, we love femininity when it's, like I said, you weren't technically born that way and you just so puss and oh my, she's just so fish. I can remember Silky walking in presentation, and just because everything was moving, the children was going up like, bitch, oh look, oh God. Like, bitch, what she got on a dress? But because she was so cat. Kenya Dupree, same thing. She got the moving. You know how she walked with that old slime walk, bitch? And they was just eating it up. And I was like, oh, because she feminine. Versus me, I'm a boy queen. I can pull off girl, but I'm still a dude, and so it's a harder challenge for the Bambis of the world and me. But we do it. We've been successful, and don't stop.
Yeah,
Jill, all the boys, don't stop.
that's what I was going to ask you. Do you find yourself, because you have broken down so many barriers, being the exception to that?
Um, somebody told me, "Bitch, you just got lucky." I got lucky about 7 times. So if that's the case, I got
You
lucky
said it like
7
it's
times.
one.
I got lucky 7 times. But it is a challenge. It's you want to beat your idols and you want to be able to say, bitch, I beat her. I got a line behind me. Look at that line. That's the arrogant in you. That's the cocky, the confident in you. But at the same time, you look up to him and you're like, oh my God, this person. So yes, it's such a catch 22 because Amaya, and y'all know I love me some of my Glamazon. Even though I didn't want to talk to her ass when she beat me at Black America, she came on my live and she said, it was just such an honor to compete against you. And I was like, bitch, I wasn't no honor to compete against me. Bitch, you got my crown. You got my crown. Because in the moment, that's really how I
Right,
felt.
that's how you
But I was
feel.
like, girl, I beat her, but I can take it. And if nobody is an ambassador for Black America now, is that Glamazon. Baby, she loves it over there. And I love that for her. I do want her to be a ruler. I'm gonna get her back over here. I don't know how, but she got that umph that I like. She
Mhm.
from Florida. So that's probably what it is. It's just something about us. We are very proud and very big on our state. Florida power, baby. We that Florida water and ass over here. Texas, bring it, bitch. You got to bring it. I always say Texas because they're like the other state that like go hard. And Alabama, y'all been doing y'all big one too. No shade.
Speaking of you winning Black America, when you winning? That's the biggest question everyone wants to know. When is the date that you're coming back to Black America?
Amari and Romeo say it's 2026. I can tell y'all wholeheartedly, not 2026, 2027. I can
Okay.
tell y'all wholeheartedly it's not 2026 because I'm learning trucking right now, and it's a lot of little things that going out down the road in that 53-foot trailer that, yeah. But 27 is in play. Um, my best friend is I've every pageant I've done pretty much Valentino has been a part of.
Mhm.
Valentino, BJ, and Desiree. I used to use all three of them. But Tina was always the one doing a lot of the sewing, fabulous shells, fabulous costumes for talent, fabulous presentations. So to be without him, like that Western presentation he made. So and I gotta try to get him on board. If I can get Valentino on board, which is gonna be a tough sale,
Mhm.
because he told me after the last one, Bestie, no. You
Did
no.
he come up with the lime green, or was that your idea?
The green from Westland?
No, the green from Black America the last time you did it.
Oh, that was
Yep.
him. So I used to be a gown guru, but I don't know shit about a fabric gown. I don't know what it is. Fabric gowns and me just don't get along. So I have
Mhm.
to outsource because when I've tried it myself, I was not successful. So I told him, I said, okay, you do the gown. And he said, I got one for you, girl. I got one for you, bitch. You got to turn it. And
You did.
and bitch, yeah, when I didn't at first I was like, and then he kept making, I was like, oh bitch, I like this. He's like, bitch, I got this. So yes, him for that. Typically, Marissa has been my sportswear person, and Alexis Gabrielle Shanton, honestly, has been my all around look over person. Because as much as I live for Tamisha, I've never had access to her. Like she was
Mm.
always away, but everybody else was in Florida, so it was easy to get Gabby's input or Marissa or even my daddy Rick, because he know pageants and what
Mm.
works, what look good. And my kids, they got great eyes. Bitch, Amaria tell me in a heartbeat, and Romeo. I don't like that. That's ugly.
Oh,
Makai too.
definitely that. All three of them, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Black America, but what else is Antoinette interested in?
I love Keytrick, so Vogue is on the table. Um, I was interested in North America, being honest. Um, I was apprehensive when the owner said he wasn't going to do it, but then I heard this year now he is going to do it again. So I don't know. But I like the owner. I like him as a person. We've had great rapport. So those three are definitely on the table, and US of A.
Okay.
Um,
So
because
you're
US
not
of
going
A,
anywhere basically. You're still out here trying to create.
no, I'm just building up my coffers.
Okay.
I was poor, bitch. I was broke. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah.
The money was gone.
Priorities. Yeah.
The buddy
When
was
you
gone,
look,
but we good now.
that's good. That's when you look back in 29 years, what do you feel is the hardest lesson you learned in this industry?
Whew. Contrary to how this interview probably went, me being a chatterbox, t- learning when to shut up. It's
We
so
welcome you to
hard.
chat here.
It's so hard for me, y'all, to, and I'm not talking about in a conversation. It's so hard for me not to speak my mind because, again, when you grow up speaking your mind and having to fight, and you just say what the hell you want to say, and bitch, let's get it. You want what? Bitch, you want to get it? You want to twirl?
Mhm.
Oh, like what's tea? That's the mentality. But when you let that go and you realize it's so much easier. My grandchild BJ, me and Tamisha had a conversation with him a while back, about 3, 4 years ago, because BJ is very outspoken, and we tried to impart that on him that just it ain't worth even getting into it because you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.
Mhm.
Um, and in this community, baby, you will get canceled so fast. This quarter, you say one thing out of bounds, and they try to pounce on you. So I just learned to just be quiet.
When did you learn that though? What did it take you to go through to learn? Let me just hush.
It happened recently. Well, not recently. It's been about 4 years now. I had an altercation at MBU. At MBU, believe it or not, in the dressing room with one of my brothers, and it was me just being me in the former box. Because that former box, we have a good time. We say our shit, we pop our shit. But I was insensitive to something I said about one of my brothers, and I apologized later. But in the moment, I was like, "Bitch, I was just cutting up." Bitch, fuck you, and bitch, boom, boom, and we got into it, and it just, I saw the way it made the room react. It made the
Mhm.
room, he had his people, I had mine, and it just made for a bad environment. And it took for Nicole and Tasha Long to kind of break the whole y'all really mad to just let's make this fun again. And I was like, you know what, Rashad, just don't say nothing. And my grandchild Don Don, he be the main one. Granny, you good? You good?
Mhm.
I'd be like, yep, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just gonna enjoy the night. Cause it's a lot of stuff you can speak on, right? But
Mhm.
it's best sometime if you don't.
I don't want to make you emotional. If it does, we can move on. But I want you to talk to us about two of the major losses that you lost. A lot of people, you said, but two we
Mhm.
know was BJ and Desiree. Talk to us
Mhm.
about what their leaving this earth did to you.
Um, Let me word this right, because they would say, girl, did she really say that? So Desiree's was, I don't want to say easier. What's another word for easier? I could deal with Desiree's a little more because I
Mhm.
went to see her, and me, Chevelle, and Lavelle was there at her side in the hospital. I got I got closure. And she made us feel good and let us know, sis, I'm going home. I love you. Boom, boom, boom. I was able to get that out. So Desiree's hurt, and it still hurts, and she's hanging up right up there on the wall. Um, but BJ's wore me completely out because um that was my role. Baby, when I tell you me and BJ was going to get it,
Mhm.
we lived the life, me and him, and it was so sudden. It was tragic. Like, and when I got the call from Daryl, I was like, and then everybody tried to get me to go to the wake. I didn't go to the wake. So the Saturday, when I got to the house, Miss Ann, his mom, his dad, it was me, his mom, his dad, his sister, her husband, his brother, me, and Andre, his lover at the time. We all sat in the first car. So I hadn't seen BJ. So when we walked into church, his brother was cutting up. Me being Antoinette in control, I got Tyler and I'm keeping him together, but I'm not looking at BJ. And I heard him say, and I know this sounds weird, but I've heard him say, Bestie, look at me. And when I turned around and looked at him, all I remember is I woke up in the middle of the church. So, from what I was told from Maria, my daughter, and a few others, that I passed out, and then they took me to the middle of the church. So those losses were both hard because they were my best friends. That's why I told Valentino, I got to check out before you. He think I be joking. I can't take another one. Y'all got to carry me up out of here. So yes, that was the difference between BJ and Desiree. They were both very hard. Um, and Uncle Kurt was bad too. Kurt
Mhm.
was Kurt was a lot. Because
Okay.
Kurt was like my I stayed at Kurt's house every time I went to Atlanta. I stayed at Kurt's house for like 10 years straight.
Mm,
Oh yeah,
gotcha.
that was a lot. Kurt
Put
Wimby.
you on the spot again.
What's he?
Mount Rushmore. Who are your four? But they have to be boy queens.
Oh, that's hard because one of them ain't. Oh, well, two of them ain't.
So here's what we'll do. Do four boy queens, but then add the two that are not.
Okay, so
But because you're in charge of the girls, boys, I want you to specifically call out boys.
okay. It- boys, of course, Tamisha and Naisha.
Mhm.
I hope Naisha don't get mad at me for calling her a boy.
She shouldn't.
Well, I'm talking about without yeah, I'm gonna throw oh, it's so difficult because okay, Kennedy goes up there. Kennedy Davenport will go up there. Um,
And here's a hint:
and
you can name yourself if you want to.
oh, I can.
Yeah, you can name
Oh,
yourself if you want to.
well, shit, me before Kennedy. The fuck? Okay, there go your four boys.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say Electra. Because she was I used to love Electra. All right. So but my real four, like everybody know my four, it ain't changed. It's always been the same. It's Naisha, Tamisha, Alexis, and Tasha Long.
Okay.
Like that's my Mount Rushmore. Those without question. It's a wrap for anybody else.
Okay.
I mean, it's good people out there, but that's it.
Okay. And so, because you have earned the right to say who you can see being a legend coming up in the next 20 or 30 years, sitting in this spot, give me three up and coming boy queens that you like.
Up and coming, boy
Yes.
queens. Um, there's one here in Florida named Daria.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
don't.
Duval queen.
She is ready now, and I'm trying to tell her, but she don't believe me. Um, and then definitely my two granddaughters. And I would put Azaria in there but she needs just a few more seasons. We're gonna get that Azaria, but the other two, ready now, tapping ass. That's
Who are your two? Who
Trinicia,
are they? Oh, Trinicia.
Trinicia,
Yeah.
and Asheria.
Okay.
When my
Yeah.
girls come, pack your lunch, bitch.
Shouts out to Miss Duval and former Miss Duval Plus.
Pack your lunch, bitch. You better pack a lunch because my girls is coming, and
Right.
they both be on their things. That's why
Okay.
I'll be so proud. I'd be like, and I love that the community is competitive. I don't want us to ever lose that because
No.
it needs to be where you embrace your people. But Marcos Pope posted something a while ago, um, and he said, "Be careful not to, while praising yours, that you're not bashing the
Mhm.
others."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I love that because I love that the girls go, baby. That MBU going back to MBU, I like when they all up there going at it. Bitch, them boys last year in sports, the past 3-4 years in sports,
Mhm.
well, they've been tearing each other asses up.
Mhm.
Bitch, you didn't think I had a suit? Oh, yeah, it gets the room, it gets the community. It
Mhm.
all works together when we are competitive, but we can do it in love. It don't have to be shade. And I know, well, girl, that's big of you to say when you like to read the girls. I'm reading out of joking and fun. I'm not like
Right.
talking about your mama and
Yeah.
and that you got put out your house and you ain't, I ain't doing stuff like that. I'm making stuff up, like kicking rocks and chewing bricks. Oops, I'm sorry. It's Chili the fish. That's just stuff. It ain't
Mhm.
true. I mean, sometimes stuff be true, but it don't be deep stuff. It don't be stuff that's like gonna, oh my God, she talked about my whatever.
Mhm.
I want your
Mm-mm.
opinion on something, kind of MBU related, but more what Trinity was talking about as far as numbers. I know that I'll use MBU specifically. Last year, last year I was approached by a couple of people about Black Universe. And when I talked to other people about the idea, they were like, oh no, like that's not your aesthetic. That's not this. What are your thoughts when when people guide people to where they feel like they should go. What is your thoughts on that?
You got to be like Nike and just do it because Nicole says it best. She says this every year. We don't know what we like until we see it. Your aesthetic, Clean has won the pageant. Over the Top has won the pageant. Gotti has won the pageant. Toned Down. You have to bring it and you have to win that night. Um, I was always scared to do certain systems, but don't no system scare me no more because now I'm like, but you don't. It ain't a. And I think somebody said it. I don't think of any boy queen that got respectfully no black boy queen got more than me yet.
Yeah.
They gonna catch me though. I'm talking about nationals. I'm not talking about. I ain't won every sidewalk and backyard barbecue pageant. I have not because I like a stage. I go on stages. That's why certain pageants I won't do. If you don't have no, you ain't got to ever worry about net coming if your pageant ain't on no stage. I feel like we spend too much money. But I understand everybody got to stand there, what they can afford, what they can do. I like to be on a stage. But yeah, you got to go. Like whenever somebody tell you that, you know, baby, I don't know if they don't like me because I ain't never been over there.
Do you feel like you win MBU before you compete, like your image off stage?
I think it plays a part in how people see you. Um, I think I'll look at Jada. I'll pick Jada. Well, I'm gonna pick the whole registration. I didn't know who was gonna win for the girls this year at registration because them hoes was sitting up there in that black and white, and they was so T. All of them. I mean, 99% of them was like, "Bitch, do you see these girls?" And then when you have a good first night, whatever that may be, whether it be clothes or whether it be talent, once you get the momentum going, it's hard to slow that train down. That's why you don't want to be behind. Everybody try to take it. Well, I'm gonna just, I got something for the ass tomorrow. We don't have prelims and final anymore. It's just split up into 2 nights, just like Black America. However, bitch, you need to get them people on your side that first night because it can be hard to come back the second one.
You're right. Yeah.
And the people seeing you, like they remember that, oh yeah, but she tore up the night, but ooh, that talent. Mm.
Mhm.
And I don't understand. Y'all didn't ask me this, but for the life of me, I'm still trying to get. I come up under Tamisha and Basha and Alexis, well-rounded girls. They taught us, they instilled that. Be good in everything. Learn how to do some hair, learn how to do some makeup. Even if you're in the best, learn how to put yourself together. Tamisha told me years ago, nobody gonna make you look like you but you.
Mhm.
I notice people will struggle with talent and they'll struggle with or question and answer, and they won't get ready for those two. They'll just, I get through it. Baby, it's a national pageant. Getting through it, get yourself together if you know that's where you struggle. Me, I ain't ashamed to say it. Sportswear has eluded me for, ooh, I don't know what happened. I used to tear it up when I was a newcomer, maybe because I was wearing other people's shit. But it eludes me. So I have to go to Marissa now and say, Granny, I need something. What's going to work for me? And I know what I got going on. I know you ain't the petite, small little girl no more. You got to do stuff. You wear a lot of girdles, a lot of this, a lot of that. Knowing, being true to yourself, and understanding, okay, I struggle in question answer. Maybe let me get with some of these question answer connoisseurs out there. Wendell, I've heard you speak. Amazing. And get some help. Not even, it ain't got to be your typical people. It ain't got to be Antwanette and Luanda and Saria and Natasha. It don't got to be these same people. Mercedes Black. It don't got to be them. It can be somebody that speaks well, that can help you orate.
You're right. That's true. I think that's the big thing. We always forget that question is the category.
But what are
And
your
that
thoughts on
could
people
that could
removing it?
turn a lot of things.
But what are
So
your thoughts on people removing question and answer now?
I think it's a cop out. I don't. Well, I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it because they feel like that's going to draw more contestants because it does scare a lot of contestants. But anybody that wants to be good, in my opinion, you want to be tested and tried in all the areas because now you win and you can't speak. Well, when we take you somewhere and somebody asks you what's your favorite color and you talk about bubblegum shrimp, baby, you have to be able to have a conversation because now that conversation is going to encourage that contestant to come back and compete. So it all plays in together. You have to look nice. That's why fashion matters. You have to be talented because you got to perform. Presentation, you can never get a second chance to make that first impression. So how do you want them to see you? And that's why we push our white over here and they come out in a fabulous white is what we want, because that's the first chance that somebody that never heard of Black Universe that came to the prelim that's in there be like, oh, okay, look at
Mhm.
Jada, look at,
That's true.
oh, look at, oh, that's Saint Laurent sexy. Okay, Miss Ava, big girl doing it. You know, I'm just using them for an example.
Right.
Right.
Um, aside from great gifts, what would your kids say about you?
They already said that's one robotic bitch. I am very, very regimented. I'm that. Everything is, if it ain't that, I'm thrown off. If you ever see me off my game, something ain't right. Something, this didn't come, that didn't come, she ain't got this, she off her game. Because when I'm on my game, everything is usually, and that's why stuff have to be there. I gotta have Reggie. Reggie Hobbs gotta be there. Valentino gotta be a part of it. You know, my kids. I don't ever use dance companies. That's something about me too. People don't know. I haven't ever used a dance company. I always use my family, and I was taught that from Basha, Basha and Gabby until recent years. But Basha had always used us. You know, so I was taught you use your family. You got a big enough family, you're gonna spend all that money and pay all that and give all that money to them other people. I can teach y'all, y'all can teach me and we can teach each other. And I got Kamarion, I got Romels, I got all these dancers in my family, Isaiahs that put together my talents. I tell them my vision, they make it happen. So I've never used a dance company. I believe that they will say I was loyal to family and I loved hard. So robotic, loyal to family, loved hard. Yes, they will say that. I
What
hope.
what do you feel your children throughout all of these years and the ones that you have that are still here or maybe gone, what have they taught you? What's the biggest lesson that they've taught you?
To never give up in life or on them. I've been through some dark times that I don't always show and share with everybody. Um, but they all push. Matter of fact, all of them push me to trucking that
Mhm.
I taught to. Because I have kids that sometimes they don't move the way to Alaska, and you know you hear from 'em every blue moon. But the ones that knew I was thinking about it, they was all like, "You should." Absolutely. Go for it. Do it big. And I ain't try to never do something nothing halfway. So I am fully committed, which is why I missed so much stuff. But yeah, I definitely think they would do that and say that and feel
My
that way
girl
about me.
my girlfriend has this great admiration for you for whatever reason. So her name is Katrina Davenport Dupree.
That's my sister. So me and Trina, we got a bond. And I think it's a prison bond. I think prison made us understand each other more. And I tease Trina all the time because Trina a bad girl and that bitch spends her coins. Like, I ain't doing it like that no more, Trina. So go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, but Trina gonna still spin it, baby. And she gonna let you know it. That's when she in the building, she's a force to be reckoned with. And I had offended her, at least I thought I offended her, at our Westland dinner, real transparency. And I was like, oh my God, I think I offended my sister. I wasn't trying to, I was just teasing with her. And I went up, she was like, girl, no, you good, Antoinette. Bitch, I'm a tough cookie. And I was like, oh, thank God, because I don't ever want to know I offended somebody and not try to clear the air. Now, sometimes it, and like the Bible said, if you got to all and somebody offended you, it's up to you to tell that person.
Right,
I don't know I offended you if you don't tell me.
right, right. When it's all said and done and you're no longer here and you have your children and your grandchildren and we have tapes and we have everything, what would you want your legacy to be?
Hmm. I thought about that question too because I heard you ask Dina that last week. I want to be known as the person that never gave up and that gave everything that I had back to the community that raised me. Antoinette didn't stop. I didn't stop having pageants. I didn't stop competing. I didn't stop promoting shows. I didn't stop helping people, training up the next generation. I want to be the person that gives back until I'm gone. For real, for real. Like I love to give out ideas and help my granddaughters because the little bit I do know, I'm pretty good at. I think it's been a good recipe.
What would, I think you said 46, 47 year old Antoinette
November
tell,
47.
what would 47-year-old Antoinette tell 15-year-old Antoinette?
So much. But I would definitely tell myself to wrap it up. Yeah, I would tell 15-year-old Rashad to take your ass home. Don't get caught up in that crowd that's going to introduce you. Because I don't regret stunts, but it has hindered me on a lot of levels. Opportunities and jobs I've been passed up for. You're smart enough, but even trucking was difficult. And I would also tell myself, bitch, you gonna be one bad bitch when you get to be an old girl. You're gonna have a lot of titles. So definitely I would push myself to do drag, but I would turn myself away from being loose in the ass. I would have told myself to wrap it up because I thought I was a woman. And men and women didn't use condoms.
Gotcha. 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 No,
What is
I
that?
understand. Um, you, I said earlier that you are noted as, if not the one of the most decorated boy queens. So tell us what you feel it takes to be an outstanding queen as a boy. A lot of times y'all are pinned against the girls because it's easier for us. But what do you feel it takes to be an outstanding queen when you're reigning
You're
as a
gonna
boy?
have to find a way to do more than what you think is enough. Which is why I always go to Gabby because she has always been the blueprint for over the top to me, bitch. And is this enough? You know how people say they be like, well, what would Mariah do? What would Mimi do? Yeah, what would oh no, Gabby will put some more stones on that. You know, God bless her there. Tanisha Cassidy, girl, put some more stones on that. Yeah, put some more down. That needs some more stuff on it. So I would tell a boy queen that's coming up now, any boy queen that's even active, do more. We have to do more because you're going against the breast and the hips that can have a high split and sit out and they toes can be out without showing the line of where you cut yours out with the stockings, just so you can let your toes show. Now you got that line, or you're gonna have them paraplegic toes that's covered up with the stockings with them open toes. With be mindful of stuff like that. Don't wear the open toes if you know you got all these stockings. Find you a nice closed toe shoe that looks fishy and cute and believable. It's just a lot of little tricks of the trade that boy queens I think could stomach and stand a good boy queen workshop from some of the people that have came before to maybe help with the mechanics that are now missing or not really realized. That pad shouldn't be that low on that hip, on your boy hip. That pad need to be on your fish waist. You need to bring that up a little bit. It's a lot of things that I was foregone, but I definitely think a boy queen workshop is needed. I just don't think it would be received. I don't think the boy queens would actually come to it because everybody knows, baby, you can't tell me about me. I got this. And that's the generation that I'm noticing that we live in. Oh, I got this, baby. Bitch, I don't already won. So you definitely can't tell me I don't know what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Any regrets, redos, anything that you wish you wouldn't have done or maybe could do over?
No, because I think the life I'm living is the one I was meant to lead. But I mean, if I got to piggyback on what I said, I would have wrapped it up. Definitely. I listened to Nancy Reagan when she said, "Just say no." I haven't ever touched drugs or alcohol. That is the one thing I can. That is the devices that I missed. I just got into the
Right.
stunts and
So
and
you
the
was a part of
gambling.
the DARE program.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the life I'm living is the one I was meant to lead. Uh, I'm so grateful and thankful, and I wanted to tell y'all this before we ended the live, for you two to have me on. And I know I seem like really tired. It's because I am. Y'all, I'm used to driving trucks, so being home just relaxes me. I'm smelling that good food in there. But thank you two for bringing me on and for doing what you do, for having this because I was apprehensive. Because Trinity kind of told y'all me and her ain't never had no beef, but it was a time when we had bumped heads a little bit,
Yes,
and
but
it
just a mile.
just a little mild. Because we both have we witty, and it took for Chris Higgins to say, "Well said" by two. I remember that like it's yesterday. Well said by two very intelligent young ladies. Um, so and that was made me realize, and Romel too, that you can agree to disagree, and y'all can both have great opinions,
Right.
and just move on.
Because
And
I'm
we
your
did that.
biggest, biggest advocate for Black America. Like I'm like, girl, what's the
Oh,
problem?
I
We
got a
need
few of
we
y'all that are rooting, and don't
yeah.
worry, I will be sending y'all those Zelle requests and Cash Apps when the time comes.
So real quick, one last question before King asks the last question. Summing up your life in one word with no explanation, what would you say that word would be?
Remarkable.
Hmm, okay. Um, I knew that coming on, you was going to give us 2 hours now of great conversation. I know your mom is in there cooking and you're tired, so
Oh,
we
child, she went to
definitely,
bed.
yeah, we definitely appreciate all of this conversation, your transparency, being open. We don't like to always get all the tea, but things that we can always take from that, we appreciate that. You were definitely a part of the family now. We'll go on YouTube. Anything that we can do for you, whether it is the Zelles that we can post or promoting you or anything, we appreciate you for coming on. We'll do that.
I have one
Um,
thing to say to you though, real quick. I got to put this in. I ain't got to even say nothing.
what about it?
Oh, I was
Oh,
just
okay.
showing you. I was just showing you my cup, girl. I was just showing you my
Nice
cup.
cup.
Thank you, baby. Go get you one. Going on over there.
I'll be hopefully peoples this weekend.
Oh yeah, I forgot you doing that. Oh
Yes,
well, good
yes.
luck though.
We might
Good
circle
luck.
back around there eventually, you know.
Well, just come on back. It's gonna take me forever to get back to Black America, but I'm going.
Okay. Well, you're right. You're right about that. So again, thank you for this conversation. King has the last question, and then we'll do the recap when we dismiss. But go ahead, King.
Okay, so again, thank you so much, Rashad. It was refreshing. Your interview was very refreshing. So I'm sure
You
you
know
know the
me?
real.
I'm sorry. You know me? Baby, you said Rashad.
Oh,
Wait, you said it so many times.
Don't play Wonder. I'll be in your inbox. I am a thought. Okay.
So we always ask our legends to leave us and the audience with a nugget, something that we can take with us through our journey. It doesn't have to be related to pageantry or stage. It can just be a life lesson. But what is that nugget you will leave with us?
Well, mine is going to be about pageantry. My little life nugget is what I tell everybody: shoot for the moon, for even if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars. What I mean when I say that, to the new generation, I know newcomer pageants have to happen because you have to have steps, but don't live there. I see a lot of them living on that, and this is for anybody. Don't get stagnant. It don't just have to be about pageantry. Keep pushing yourself to that next level. Try to do great things and keep climbing. That's Delta's saying, but DeAndre, but yeah, don't stop. Keep going. But I really really hope the newcomers, the ones that are come behind us, will really hear what I'm saying. I see a lot of you living in that space, and you're spending the same amount of money that Trinity, Wendell, Antoinette, and everybody else spending. Um, visit there, but don't stay there. And that's even in life, everybody else. So I hope that nugget of truth helps somebody, even truckers like me.
right.
And I think you should consider that workshop. I think
Yes,
that
because
maybe you
when you
can
said that, you
tag team
had
with
4 or 5 in the
Layla.
comments saying, "We'll come, we'll come, we'll come." So
Yeah.
I
I
think
could see
that
you tag teaming with like Layla LaRue and y'all having one and it could like be diverse. Like I think it's a good
Definitely. Oh yeah,
idea.
because I'm not just black, baby. I've won the other stuff too.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it could be virtual. It could be virtual.
yeah.
Crossover, baby.
Please give a shout out to your son Bryce before I get beat up next time he sees me.
I mentioned Bryce earlier when he told you he was stoning my dress. But shout out to Bryce and National Newcomer, or yeah,
Yeah,
National
national
Newcomer,
newcomer.
National Newcomer of the Year. He's doing a fabulous job with that. Even though he fired his mama, I
Oh,
used to be the host. He fired me,
oh my
but
God.
I love my son. If nobody has rolled for me more than 29 years, is Bryce. Bryce would back in the day. Roger would fight a bitch and threaten to fight him over me. I've got a few of them like that, Romeo, but Bryce has led the charge. He would get them going about me. So yeah, love
Okay,
him.
well, thank you, Antoinette, so much, and we appreciate this last 2 hours with you. Anything that you need in the future from us, please do not hesitate to reach
Please.
out.
Oh, I told you I'm gonna send you the Zelle and Cash App, girl. Thank you.
Okay,
All
gotcha.
right, Wendell, you go get one too. Bye, y'all.
All right, have a good
Okay.
night. Bye. All right. Well, let's do the recap. How was that for you?
I thought it was very refreshing. I appreciated her honesty and her transparency in every category, every area that we discussed. So I definitely appreciated it.
Yes, I knew it was going to be a great conversation. So, but yeah, so Other than that, all hearts and minds are clear. Of course, like I said, we'll recap on the fact that this weekend is People's. If you're in the North Carolina area, please go out. I think some of the list has dropped with people. So if you can send them $25 to their Cash Apps or whatever,
And if
I'm
y'all
sure
go
they
to
will.
Trinity's page, make sure you drop a dime because she is going to be competing. So make sure
I
you send her a
am.
little
Oh, geez,
love
I'm
offering.
nervous. You know, the last competition, honey, they told me, bitch,
No.
get
Well, no,
up
I
out
think
of
it's
here.
been your season. I really do think it's been your season. And I think that sometimes when those things happen, like what happened to you on the East Coast, sometimes that's for a reason, because if you would have done that, you would have missed this. So there's always a reason, so
Okay, you
it is
right.
what it
Hey,
is.
whatever it is. Other than that, we have a great person next week. Next Tuesday, we'll be back with another lady. And so, other than that, we thank you all for always. When is Victoria LePage coming on? Victoria LePage will not be coming on. She has declined. We've said it before. She is not interested in speaking her truth because, unfortunately, sometimes one's truth will be another person's lie. So, yeah, we just respect her for that. She does support the show. She supports us, but she does not want to come
Yeah.
on. And
And
we
I
have
think
said,
everyone should know
and we
that.
have said that several times.
Yeah, I think
So
it
don't
happens
ask
often
again.
though. I think that people should know that a lot of the people that y'all think about, we've already thought about.
Yes.
So it's not that we're not having them on because we're being shady. We're not having them on because they chose to
And it's
decline.
no tears, no
It's
beef.
not
It's just
negative.
that
Yeah,
they
it's
just
not
don't want
negative.
to speak. You know, when you're in these
Yeah.
situations and you ask questions, um, everybody doesn't lie.
Yeah, especially when
So
people are extremely honest, right?
yeah,
When they're extremely honest, so rather than taking the chance of it creating drama, they just decline the offer. And I think that that's fair. Antoinette handled hers much better than some probably could, but we know that she's a chatter, so she knows how to navigate it. But she was very clear that she didn't want to spend a lot of time on it because she did not want to pull other people into the conversation. So that's a
yeah.
choice that other people make on for themselves.
Then you have people like Dina last week who don't mind. She's going to tell it all.
And she probably
So
got a lot. She probably got read from a lot of.
I'm sure she didn't mind, but we appreciated authenticity. But yeah, a lot of those that who you think you want to hear from, we
Yeah.
have asked, trust me. And some of them are like, not just yet, or I will come. And some have just literally said, I just can't do it. I
And
don't know.
some have scheduled and pulled out at the last
And
minute.
some have scheduled and have pulled out. Yeah.
So
Some have scheduled and have pulled out because of whatever. So they're coming.
yeah.
Oh Jesus.
So if you
Tuesdays
know it,
for
you
the
go.
next
If
3
you know
months
it
is
like
booked.
that, you go talk to her, see if you can pull her back.
Yeah. She's your idol. Go tell her she can come on. But
Because I
no,
love Vicky.
we love Victoria,
Yes.
but
But
yeah,
if you're in the
so
Houston area, August 20th through the 22nd, we will be hosting the 40th anniversary of Miss Texas US of A here in Houston, Texas. So make sure y'all are here. It's gonna be a revival. Absolutely.
Trinicia, we do one every month. And so we just had one in July. We have one in August already booked. But
What
if
did
you're
she ask? I
interested
didn't
in
see the question.
if you're interested in coming, we definitely can have you on
Oh,
one day.
about
Miss
the
Duval.
yes.
She's very intriguing on stage and yeah, she is. And she was way back when we first was doing it. Like, we wanted her like number 5. But
Yeah.
she had a conversation with me last year at US of A, and she was like, I support it. I love what you're doing, but I just can't. I just cannot. Because a lot of times when you're telling your truth, it exposes other people's lies, if that makes sense. So if you ask me about something, now I got to tell the truth, and
And it can be triggering.
you're
It
going
can
to be
also
looking
be
at somebody
triggering.
else in a negative manner,
Yeah.
So we don't want that. We don't want to be a salacious show, malicious show. Did I say that right?
It's malicious. You said it right the
Yeah,
second time.
yeah. So we'll leave that to other people. But so anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see y'all I'll see hopefully some of y'all this weekend. But we do have Meet the Browns. We're supposed to be interviewing Raquel Henry, advocate to the community in her wedding. Her husband, they got laid over in wherever their honeymoon was, so they had to cancel. So we will have them back. I will have them back on the books, and King will be doing some more things with his King's Corner podcast that he does with panels. So if you're interested in the topic that he may have, hit him up. So yeah, just trying to bring positivity to the Assyria, to the platform. Don't forget Miss Duval Plus
What's up,
September 1.
Asheria?
You have 2 more days. All of you plus girls that are 200 pounds or more to pay your 175 early entry fee if you want to join that. If not, it goes up to 250. And so we have a lot of incentives going in. $100 for the best registration look. The prize package has went up. So yeah, all of you girls that are interested in that, 2 more days. We do take Zelle as well as Cash App. So get that in. Other than that, we'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.